All right, so this is WastedKirby. You are Diamond 4 on PC, and you main Kiriko and Moira. And then what you said to me was, I've been really struggling in comp ever since I climbed the ranks, almost to the point I feel like playing comp is just throwing for my team. I feel like I got really lucky when I ranked up because I played Moira almost the entirety of my climb from Silver 3 to Masters, and I feel like that's also why my positioning game sense is just so bad. I have no awareness in game, I've been trying to get better. I watch a lot of my support VOD reviews and trying to remember a lot of what you teach, but when I get into game, I just get so flustered and overwhelmed. So I've seen both games. So there's two replay codes here, one for a loss, one for a win. Honestly, like you look good. Like I looked at this game, I'm like, yeah, no, I think overall you look really good. I think it's like very small mistakes, and I think if your team was, I mean, there's always going to be some volatility, right, of how good your team is. I think your team's like a little better. I think you win this game. So in particular, I would highlight your kunai aim is really good, like very, very good for your level. So like any opportunity you can get to like throw more kunais, I would totally be doing it because you like very consistently hit and land critical headshots. So I think that's something that I would emphasize. It's like weaving is really important. Like there are times, especially when you're under pressure, where you see a teammate that's low and you're only healing, and it's going to cost you. In particular, there's a moment where the Roadhog is purple and whole hogging, and just like running a straight line at your diva. If you'd thrown a kunai there and hit him in the head, that would have ended the game right there. So, yeah, I mean, kind of my biggest takeaway here is one, weave, but two, like your kunais give you such good. Like some people, they throw kunais and they're like their aim's just not very good, especially if they come from another hero that doesn't aim as much, and it's like the marginal value they lose from not throwing kunais is not that high. But because you're so good at it, hitting them, I would totally be trying to throw them more often. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna step through this at any moment in time. If you're like, hey, pause, ask a question, totally free to interrupt me. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So we're gonna run through pretty standard rollout. You go up here, you apply kunai pressure, that's fine. I mean, I think that heal is probably not strictly necessary, but it's okay, right? And then you want to be applying damage right now. This is very dangerous when you're exposed up here, and the Ashe is going to get you a few times in this game. So do you know how much damage Ashe does on a shot?
I do not.
So if you had to guess on a body shot, how much damage do you think it does?
Um, wait, how much health is Kiriko again?
So the base health for all heroes, non-tanks in the game is 200. There's like relatively few exceptions that have more and less than 200.
I would say maybe she does like 80.
Yeah, that's a really good guess. So she does 75 damage. So that's on a scope shot. Do you know how much the headshot multiplier is?
Oh, I feel like it's pretty high on Ashe. Yes.
It's a default multiplier for most weapons. There's a relatively small number of weapons where it's different. But do you know what the default headshot multiplier is?
Oh no, I don't.
So it's double. Kiriko was like one of the rare exceptions. She was triple when she came out, and now she's like 2.5. So if Ashe does 75 damage on a base hit, right, it means on a headshot, she's going to do 150. She's also damage boosted here. So damage boosting is an extra 25% damage. So that's 150 plus 25 plus 12.5. So that's 37.5. So that's 187.5. Like call it 190 rounded. So that's what you should be thinking about, is that when the Mercy's damage boost in the Ashe, at 200, I can challenge. Because even if she headshots me, I'm okay, as long as I'm within cover by the time the next shot comes out. But if I'm below 190, I'm running the risk that I'm going to die to being one-tapped. And if I'm if 75, she kills me even without the Mercy with a body shot, and then with damage boost, she's going to add like ballpark, say another like 20 damage. So like if I'm like lower than like let's say 95, she one taps me. So if you're gonna challenge people as Kiriko, one of the important things about getting better at the game is learning, because like you have relatively few comp hours. Like you're 40 hours and you were Masters 4, you're Diamond 4. Like that's really, really, really good for this number of comp hours. Like I do want to emphasize that. That's like super, super good. Like there's no way I could have gone to Diamond 4 in 40 comp hours. But an important part about getting better at the game is learning, like, hey, what challenges can I take versus what challenges can't I take? And knowing how much damage weapons do and how much damage it'll do to you is really, really important. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So when you come up here, you're going to kind of be healing. But the weird thing is right now, I actually want you to be damaging, because I don't want you to be just focusing on the heal, because that's going to make you easier to hit. I want you to be immediately AD strafing right now, left-right strafing, to be able to fight the Ashe so that she doesn't get an easy shot on you right now. Because that's what she's going to be looking for. You see how you're just kind of like she really shouldn't have missed that shot. Like you're just kind of moving forward because you're focused on healing the diva versus starting to duel with her. Because Kiriko is very dangerous against snipers, because snipers all get slowed when they're aiming.
Yeah.
So as a result, it's relatively easy to hit kunais. So you want her to respect your kunai aim and be like, oh god, I might get hit by a headshot here. And then you pop her in the head, and then she's like, oh no, and then she walks behind, and that's a ton of value right there, even though you're not going to get the kill. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So like, we want you to be attacking like right away here. So see, like just your kunai pressure pushes her off high ground, which is excellent, even though you didn't really hit anything. So you come out, yeah, good heal, right? Now we're looking for attacks, excellent, right? 2 attacks heal. So you see this dynamite coming towards you, and you need to step forward here. Dynamite's here, right? It's right there. Just walk forward to the right, because she doesn't have the angle to be able to like hit it anymore. So just walk away from this, because you end up taking this damage, and then you're gonna use Swift Step to cleanse yourself. But that means you don't have Swift Step for anything else. It doesn't make a huge difference in this fight because your Bastion's going to die anyway up here, but just something to note is that you don't want to have to waste Swift Step because you're vulnerable without Swift Step, and your team is vulnerable without Swift Step because you can't go save anybody when you don't have Swift Step available.
Okay. Do you think if I'm relatively like high health, like Swift stepping is not worth cleansing Ash Dynamite then? Because I feel like I do that a lot. I do that.
I think in this situation, I think it's worth it to cleanse because you don't have another support here to heal you. So like you can walk over here and get the mega, but you actually might die here just trying to get to the mega, right? Like if the Diva's not paying attention, the Ashe gets an angle, she might actually be able to kill you here. So I think if you want to take a risk, you're like, oh, Diva's got corner. Like, does she control the corner or not? If the Diva controls the corner, then I'm actually safe here. I can walk over and get the mega and continue on. But with a 6-second cooldown ability, or 7-second cooldown ability, I think it's worth it to Swift Step here.
Okay.
It's not worth it to Suzu. I definitely would not solo Suzu myself in that situation, unless I was actually in danger of dying. Okay, so things are gonna get pretty wild right now. Your Bastion is in, and your Lifeweaver is too slow to go over. Because your Lifeweaver should already be here. I don't really know how this happens. Maybe it gets hooked. Lifeweaver needs to step up here. Yeah, like the Bastion's just going crazy here. Lifeweaver needs to already be here and be gripping the safe in this situation. But
yeah, I remember after I Swift Stepped, I looked up and I saw Bastion was like, wow, I wish I had Swift Step right now.
Exactly. And realistically, this is a pretty unusual situation. Like, I don't think this is your job to save because you already have Lifeweaver here, who's good at saving, obviously. So I would not, even though I had Swift Step, I wouldn't have gone there because I would have seen the Lifeweaver through the wall and known, hey, look, he's gonna have grip. He should save the Bastion in this situation. But you could have done something. I think it's the right call to just let it go, and then focus on what's going on over here.
Okay.
Right? Like, you can't do all the jobs, and I think that's where things kind of get rough, is when you're trying to do all the jobs at once. So just focus on trying to be like, look, can I deal with the Roadhog here? You're not going to be able to push out a Roadhog as Kiriko. Can I hit the Brig here? You can't, because she's way too far back, has cover, has a shield. You want to be focusing on applying the pressure to the Ashe and the Mercy, both of whom you can do excellent damage against. So you plus Diva and the Tracer, your job is to kill these two. So if you come over here and you kill these two, and then your Bastion dies and your Lifeweaver runs away, that's good value, right? Because then you have control of high ground, then you can drop, force them to drop, and then play it out from there. The other thing I want you to think about is this Tracer's going to come over. Like, I would just literally ignore this. I would like turn very quickly and be like, what's going on? Oh, whatever. And then just go back and look at this. Because I actually am looking here for the Tracer. So either one, I want to climb up right now and apply damage, because you see the Ashe is not looking at you, she's looking at the Diva. So go up here, apply damage to the Ashe or Mercy, or number 2, wait for the Tracer to engage, because she's going to go in a second. Then I Swift Step here and I commit.
Okay.
So that's kind of like option 1, option 2 here. So option 1, because like being here healing the Diva does nothing. You notice that everyone's kind of like ignoring the Diva, which is the correct call, because they have plenty of time before the point's going to cap. They're already applying good pressure to the Bastion. They have control of top right. They have control of top left. They don't need to do anything about this Diva right now. So you walking out in the open here is not so good idea, because you eat this headshot, body shot actually, I think. Check your health real quick. No, this is a headshot. Yeah, so it does 185 damage, right? You're dropped down to 14 health, and you need to Suzu yourself right away, because I'm pretty sure this Ashe could have killed you. Yeah, see? She could have killed you here if she strafed right instead of left. So that's something to recognize, is like, when am I actually killable? And instinctively Suzu. It's a very important skill as you start climbing. But you're really far away from cover right now. Like, you don't need to be out here. And if you're going to be taking this fight, like, take the fight, like, at the corner, like, right here. Don't take it this far out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So try to take it a little bit closer. But also, as I pointed out, you have the option of popping up here and using this corner, because Ashe doesn't want to fight you at that corner. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard because you have cover and she doesn't. So you can choose when to engage. So even if you peek once, throw a kunai, then wait, then peek again, like, that's tough for her to deal with. Obviously, you have this going on behind you, which is a danger, but you're not going to be here for very long because I'm expecting my Tracer to engage, and as soon as my Tracer engages over here, like let's say instead of being low health right now, I'm like basically full health, right? I wait, my Tracer goes in right now, like over here, I swift step now. And now, once I swift step, there's no escaping. I'm not planning on escaping at that point. I am full committed to this fight, which is okay, because you plus Tracer are strongly favored to win a fight against Ashe and Mercy. Does that feel that way to you?
Yeah, because yeah, that does make sense. I think because I've conditioned myself to like not swift steps to engage, I usually swift step to get away. So I think that there's a part of me that's worried if I swift step in. I guess yeah, you said that I shouldn't, like, if it doesn't work out, like the fight's over anyways.
Exactly. Right.
Okay.
So an important part about playing Kiriko is limit testing. What can I get away with? And if you play kind of passive and stay alive and like heal your team, they'll only get you so far, and there'll be some games that you can't swing because healing your team and keeping them alive is simply not enough to win. And especially as you start approaching the higher ranks, that's going to be more and more true. And a huge part about Kiriko, the way that Kiriko is designed, is kunais apply excellent damage pressure to the opposing team. That, combined with the fact that you have one of the thinnest, smallest hitboxes in the game, like it's really hard to hit you, combined with the fact that you also have Suzu, and Swift Step comes up in 7 seconds, means you actually have a lot more options here than you would imagine. If you go over here, the only person who can injure you here is the Ashe. Like, you're way too far away for Hog to attack you or hook you. Like, the Genji's really far away. The Brig obviously is never going to do anything to you. So if you play over here, it's a 2-on-2, and you created this own 2-on-2 situation. But you're strongly favored here because, number one, only one of these heroes can shoot, right? Like, only the Ashe is going to be attacking here, so she has to kill two in that situation. That's number one. Number two, Ashe is not good at killing small targets, right? She has a single, like a semi-auto, like, you know, very precise hit scan gun. She doesn't have like, she's not like a Junkrat here, where a Junkrat could mess you two up pretty easily, right? Or a Pharah here can mess you up. But Ashe fighting two fast-moving, thin targets, very, very hard to deal with. I can virtually guarantee the Ashe is immediately going to coach gun off, and then you continue applying pressure to kill her or the Mercy, and or switch over to deal with the point.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
But the problem here is that you can't do any of these plays because now you're super low. I honestly would have walked over here and gotten the Mega and gotten ready to Swift Step through the wall. Because with very, very low health, it's too risky for you to do anything right now. Like, literally anything kills you right now. Even the Roadhog right-click from here could kill you, or Brig Whip Shot. So I think you should just get the Mega and Swift Step up. So if you get the Mega here, you Swift Step up to the Tracer, right? Now you're both here. Tracer sees that you Swift Step here. You two fight it out. You get, like, you know, let's say Ashe hits you with a couple body shots. You're down to like 80 health. Then you Suzu and just keep fighting. And the Tracer, I guarantee you, will come back in and help you finish the kill. So that aggressive mentality, like, safe, you know, obviously calculated risks. I'm not saying you're guaranteed to win, but like those calculated risks have to be part of your mentality of climbing.
Okay.
Genji's in, obviously doesn't have deflect or dash now, but you know, no real opportunity, which is fine. So your team kind of shifts their plan, decides to go underneath. Was there any voice calls in this game, or just naturally did this?
Oh, no voice calls. They just started walking. We just followed them.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so we go here now. This is an interesting situation. Is the D.Va in danger right now? Let me ask you.
I would say no.
Why not?
Because I assumed it was like me and the life were also there healing her, that she isn't in too much danger.
Okay, but what else? Why else isn't she in danger?
From my perspective,
Yeah,
I thought it was just the Roadhog. Roadhog, and I thought, I don't think he can kill her.
That's correct. It's just the Roadhog. So that's the second thing. It's just the Roadhog here, right? But what else is going on? Look at the D.Va's health bar.
She's full.
She's full health, right? He's not going to burn through 650 health here, especially with two supports healing. So what else is notable here is that even if the D.Va gets in trouble from the Ashe, cover is very close here. Like, she can just walk around the corner here and she's good. It's like at least a 1-on-1 against the Roadhog, plus the healing that comes from here, so it's like a 3-on-1 against the Roadhog. So for all the aforementioned reasons, right? Number one is she's at full health. Number two, there's two supports here. Number three, there's cover. Number four, the enemies are very far away, and enemies that far away suffer from damage fall off in a lot of scenarios. And, you know, the D.Va is super safe here. So what do you think my next piece of advice is?
Look for damage?
Look for damage. But can anybody be damaged right now?
From this point of view, not right now, no.
Okay. But could you use Swift Step to get to somebody and deal damage?
Yes.
Who could you
Based
go
on
to?
the last advices. To the to the diva.
To the Diva? Well, okay, so Swift Step would pop you here. Does this feel like a good position?
No, wait. Oh, sorry. Can I see the other teammates? Cause the other teammates.
Well, I actually don't want to show you other teammates. I actually want to show you from
okay.
your point of view only right now.
Oh, okay, okay.
So do you see anybody else on the screen?
Oh, is that the tracer in the background?
That's the trace in the background. And do you see who she's
okay.
fighting?
Is the brig?
That's the Brig. So
okay.
if you Swift Step here, it's immediately a 2-on-1 against this Brig. She virtually is guaranteed to lose. There's almost no way she can win this. Like, you could literally come here, not throw kunais, and just melee her to death. Because between you and the Tracer, she like, Brig doesn't do very good damage. So between the two of you, you'll burn her down so fast. The Tracer's actually going to win this 1-on-1 against the Brig, even without your help. Right? It gets super close, but she does kill the Brig here. Yeah. But you see how close it was? If you come in here, the Tracer never even gets close to dying. She probably doesn't even have the proper rewind. The two of you just instantly kill the Brig, and then you turn out here, and then go and help the rest of your team.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the tracer there.
Right. So that's what I want you to be paying attention to, is Kiriko, a huge part of her is the fact that she has mobility through walls. No other hero has that ability. So you should be thinking not like, hey, just like standard line of sights corners, like where can I go? But instead you're constantly looking through the wall. Like, I tracked it as you were coming up here, because we also remember previously your Tracer's good, right? Your Tracer's like knows what she's doing. She's set up here, right? Waited for your Diva to engage, draw some attention, and she went out and challenged high ground. So in this situation, I already clocked her as you're walking up. You see, you can see her right here on your screen. So you would see her through the wall. You'd still see her coming. I see her coming over here. I obviously don't know the Brig is here. But now I see the Tracer took damage, like you saw she flashed yellow. So I'm walking forward, hook goes off, I see she's yellow again, so she's taking damage. Then I Swift Step to her and immediately kill whoever she's fighting. Because I know it's not the Roadhog. So whoever is here, whether it's the Brig or a Mercy or a Genji or an Ashe, me and the Tracer, we can win that.
Okay.
So for Kiriko, you want to be looking for situations to make fights unfair. I don't want my wins to be determined on, can my Tracer win a 1v1? I want to come here and make this a 2v1, instantly kill the Brig, and then move on and snowball from there. Does that make sense?
Okay. No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So as a result, what do you do here instead? You just kind of keep the Diva alive, which is fine, but like, the Diva's not, as you pointed out, not actually in danger. There's no risk to the Diva at this moment in time, so you don't need to be here healing the Diva. Your Life Weaver's got it just fine. Even if the Diva gets low, he can get gripped out, or she can get gripped out, and then, get Mega if needed, or Life Weaver heals her up. Like, there's so many options here. The Diva's never going to get demeched. So you want to be looking for value, right? Come here, get the kill, see what you can do here, and apply more pressure, right? Help your DPS win duels, and then use that to snowball into more and more kills. This is a good example of what I mean by your kunai aim's great, right? Genji's here, instant headshot, right? He dives in, which is a mistake. Okay, great. Like, he uses deflect. So you're trying to keep your Bastion alive here. That's a good call. I would not be walking backwards. So this is an important thing about playing support, is understanding how much danger am I in. You're in zero danger here. The Bastion's already in assault form, so no one's going to be attacking the Kiriko in the back when there's like an assault form Bastion here. Number two is your Diva's in your face, so like, they can't even hit you through the Diva. So I don't want to be walking back, I want to be walking forwards. Because the closer I am, the faster I can Suzu. If I have to throw Suzu from back here, it's going to take forever to get there, and they might die. But if I'm up close, I can Suzu almost instantly. Because I'm looking for the Roadhog to potentially hook the Bastion here, and I want to save the Bastion from that kill, which is a potential outcome. So you want to be stepping forward right now, and you see the Bastion dies.
Yeah.
So like, this should not happen. Like, this I think is like a clearly, like, I think most of everything else is not like so much mistakes, so much as like missed opportunities. This is a mistake. As the Bastion in the situation, I expect my Kiriko, if you have Suzu, I do not expect to die here. There's no reason that I should die right now. Like, he eats multiple shots here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the Suzu never came out at any moment in time. So that's a situation where you can't be here, you gotta already be up here. As soon as he starts getting low, you Suzu, and then, you save him there. Because if your Bastion's alive right now, this is going to be a 5-on-4 with no tank. But instead, it is a 4-on-4. So not nearly as good an option. Oh wait, no, the Brig's gonna die, right? So this would be a 5-on-3 if you save the Bastion here, which is like an automatic win. Make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
Okay, let me pause here. Are there any questions you have about anything that I'm covering so far?
I think this will probably just come with time, but I think being able to recognize which fights I can win, and also I think that I don't really know if it's like me and the Life Weaver, if like I should be one healing the tank or if it should be the Life Weaver, because I know that he like does like a lot more healing now. So that's why I think that's why I was like so focused on like being with the diva, because I wasn't sure
Yep.
if I'm meant to be the main healer in that instance.
It's a great question. So you and Lifeweaver can both do those jobs. Which I think that, like, if you're playing with Mercy, I think it's obvious. Like, you're the one healing the tank, Mercy heals the DPS.
Yeah.
Lifeweaver can do both. Lifeweaver only heals 55 health a second, while Kiriko heals about 77 health a second. So you actually heal significantly more than he does, and you can weave attacks in, which he can't. That being said, his healing's like more reliable. Like, he literally can't miss it, while you can miss yours. And it also moves faster at arcs, so it's easier to get around things. So like your effective healing might be like closer than you would imagine. But either way, I think Lifeweaver can play either way, right? With your DPS or with your tank. The thing is, in this situation, especially with everything going on through walls, I would be strongly considering leaving my Lifeweaver, because my Lifeweaver doesn't have this mobility. He's much more vulnerable than I am, so let him stay with the tank, which makes him feel safe and comfortable, and let me go out and make plays with my DPS, because you have that mobility here where he doesn't. If you played, like, let's say on defense here, okay, let's say your diva is like over here, and you're playing over here, and Lifeweaver's like to the left, and let's say you have an Ashe over here, then you could be playing main healer, and your Lifeweaver's playing off healer. So it's going to be a fluid situation, but I'm just reading, if both of the supports are healing the tank, you're probably not going to win, because your DPS aren't getting enough help.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's a very similar situation with, like, who should be on cart. Like, there's the optimal person to be on cart, but if they aren't on cart, then I'll stand on cart, because somebody needs to be on the cart, you know? It's the same deal. It's like, hey, like, you know, maybe I'm better at healing tanks than you are. Oh, you're, like, insisting to heal the tank? Okay, fine, I'll just go to help the DPS then.
Okay.
That happens very commonly with Brig, because Brig often is me playing with your tank, and then you're like, well, now you can't help the DPS, but that's fine. Like, if you're gonna do that, fine. Like, then I'll just go out and go play with somebody else.
Okay.
Alright, so from here, still, remember, you're still advantaged, right? This is still a 4-on-3 situation. The Brig and the Roadhog are dead. They have no tank. You're in very good shape here. So, Mercy goes for the res. Tracer nearly kills her. Interrupts the res, though. Does she? Nope, she gets the res off. Okay, so res goes off, so we're gonna be a little bit of danger right now. You need to recognize that the res has gone off. So res is up right now. It was a big res. So focus, like, who do I kill here? Well, Genji's here, let's focus the Genji, keep the Lifeweaver alive. Kill the Genji, excellent, but remember there's a Roadhog behind you, so you should be turning right now and be like, oh shoot, and he's gonna kill you. This is kind of tough. It's going to happen super quickly. So the correct play here would have been to kill the Genji, walk to the left while Swift stepping to the Lifeweaver. I don't expect you to make that play. But you see how you walk to the left, you would have broken the LOS here? Arguably, you don't even need the Swift step. You could just, like, then ring around the Rosie. But your Diva should have saved you here, too. There's no real reason for the Diva to not save. Oh, she has no DM. That's why. And Lifeweaver almost saved you, too. Like, you have multiple heroes here, like, teammates who could have saved you out of this. Lifeweaver is just a little slow. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just tough. I think I don't have any, like, clear, like, oh, this is what you should have done, other than I think you should be, like, not here. I think after this point, I think you should have, like, let's say you didn't Swift step earlier. I think you Swift step now, heal up your Tracer, come out, and then both of you are right here, and the Mercy's an easy kill. That's probably the biggest advice, is I really think you need to get out of this, like, cramped hallway and be playing in the open. Right? Because then once you're out here, nobody's gonna die. Even the Roadhog hooks you, just Suzu yourself, and you're Swift step away, you're good.
Yeah, I remember thinking, I was like, oh god, I was like, I didn't even realize the Roadhog was behind me.
Yeah, the audio cues are important here, because you're gonna hear the res go off. So I hear the Mercy drop right now, right? And then so now I hear the res sound, like the glistening sound, and then now I know the res is going off, and that's what your Tracer's going for. Oh yeah, Diva and Tracer actually get the kill here. So the Mercy trades are life for the Roadhog. All right, so team doesn't cap, reset, it's fine, nothing super exciting. We're trying underneath again. Roadhog's here. I would be Suzuing this right now. I'd be throwing Suzu like at the Tracer, like straight forwards or at the ground, because the Tracer could have died here. It's like totally possible for the Roadhog to one-shot the Tracer. Yeah, he's just like a little slow on the shot. But that forces recall out, but it probably would have anyway. So, Tree of Life goes up. What do you do from here?
I would say go out and apply pressure.
You think you should Swift step outside? Who do you Swift step to in that case?
The Life Weaver?
So that's definitely an option. I don't think that I look at this and I'm like, there's a clear, like, I think before it was like clearly go to the Tracer, right? Or clearly go to, whomever. In this situation, I think it's actually kind of tricky because your Bastion's in Assault form, so I want to make sure the Bastion doesn't die because you still have Suzu here. So I kind of want to pocket the Bastion. The Bastion also doesn't feel very good, like he's been consistently getting picked first in these fights. So I kind of want to follow the Bastion up here. I think you have a couple options if you want to take a risk. You can go to the Tracer here and then use this to apply pressure to the supports, or you can go to the Life Weaver on point. The point is very safe right now because tree's up, so you're getting healed for like 75 health a second, which makes it really hard to kill anybody. So I think that's also somewhat reasonable. But I think actually in this scenario, just staying with the Bastion is a reasonable play until the Roadhog goes around the corner, because the Roadhog's probably not going to base tank this. Yeah, he's going to go around the corner. Now you need to be applying damage like ASAP, because now the timing of when your Bastion could die is not a problem, because the Roadhog is broken LOS and he's healing. So I have like a couple seconds here to look for a kill, for example, on the Brig. See, you gotta kill the Brig right now. You're like too obsessed with like trying to heal the D.Va, but D.Va's not that low. She's still got like 250-ish health. Yeah, 279. Like the Brig is half health in front of you with her back turned to you. I think you just kill the Brig right now. Just like pop. Another thing to note here is you have Kitsune, and you've had Kitsune since the start of this fight. So, when do you Kitsune? What's your thought process around when to Kitsune?
So, like I mentioned before, I always feel like I hold it for like a little too long, trying to look for like the perfect opportunity, which is like, when it's like a neutral fight. So like I wouldn't Kitsune if like our tank is dead, or if their tank is dead, or if like, or even like if there's like not an even amount of people on both sides.
Yep.
Like, I wouldn't Kitsune just because I know that it's not because like obviously if someone on our team's dead, we're probably gonna lose the fight. It's probably gonna be a waste. Or if there's someone on their team's dead, then we're probably gonna win the fight anyway without Kitsune.
Yep.
So I always try to wait for there's a neutral opportunity. Sometimes if I'm focused enough, or if I'm not feeling too overwhelmed, I try to wait out like a cooldown or something, like a Baptiste lamp or something.
Yep.
But a lot of times I get really overwhelmed, and I'm worried about popping it and then like dying right away because I don't want to pop it like when I'm back. I want to pop it when I'm like in the right spot. But then, like I said, my awareness is not the best.
Yep.
So sometimes like there's been times where like I pop it and I die right away.
Yep.
I popped it like right in the middle of everything.
Yep. So I will tell you that I think you have the right general idea here. I do think that you should be a little more aggressive with your Kitsunes, because I think that some people pop too many ultimates, some people pop too few. You're definitely in the latter category. And Kitsune is best used proactively, not reactively. Like if the enemy team pops Visor, you don't want to pop Kitsune. Like that's not like going to stop the Visor or anything, right?
Yeah.
Like if your team gets shattered, you don't want to pop Kitsune, because even if they when they get back up, they're still going to be very vulnerable and probably die. It's not that type of ultimate that can flip things around. Like Sound Barrier, Trance, those are things that you could use reactively and use it to win a fight. Kitsune has to be used proactively, allow your team to gain an advantage out of it. But the idea of like tracking heroes is important, as you mentioned, right? How many heroes are up? So right now, do you know how many heroes are up on both teams? Or maybe easier question, do you know who is dead, if anyone?
No, I didn't know at the time.
Okay, so let's walk this back, right? So your push starts from here, so presumably all 5 players are alive on both sides.
Yes.
There's the hook. There we go off. So he gets kind of knocked back here. He's walking back in. So this is basically that moment in time where he's going to go around the corner. How many heroes are up on both sides?
Everybody is up.
Everybody, because we never saw anybody die here. Also, I'm just thinking about this like logically. We all came underneath except for Tracer, who was in the back line. Literally, how could anybody in the enemy team die? You know what I mean? Like there's like they're not even like no one was even exposed here except for the Roadhog. So if someone died, I would have seen it happen right now. So it's interesting at this moment in time. You got a few options. So option number 1 is your Bastion pops Assault form, Kitsune right now, because Kitsune is going to give you a speed boost in addition to the rate of fire boost. That allows your Bastion to get out here faster and chase them down and gun them down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Number 2 is, this is obviously a straight line, so Kitsune is going to run the whole way. It's going to give you and the Tracer and the Bastion all the opportunity to use this. And if your Tracer is going to go behind them like she does right here, she would benefit from the Kitsune right now too, with the increased movement speed and attack speed, which would also be great for her. Option 3 is Swift Step out here and then pop Kitsune this way, which gives you a lot of the same advantage, except that it's a little more open here. You're around the tree, so you're going to be sort of like protected from that sense, but your Bastion could get killed here while you leave the room. So I think I would have popped Kitsune right now, knowing that it's a 5-on-5 situation, and feeling like we're starting to create an advantage, but not one that's consistent enough that I think we're going to win, like without help. Make sense?
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So when popping Kitsune, I feel like I was just thinking about it now because I think the reason why I didn't pop it is because whenever I pop Kitsune, I always try to see it, like make sure I can quote unquote see everybody. Like even though I should be able to like know that everyone on the enemy team is alive, I feel like it doesn't get as much value if we're all spread out. Like does it matter really much if like the team is together, or does it just matter about like the value you get out of it? Because I always try to make sure that everyone in my team can benefit from it, but I don't know if that's like the right mindset to have.
It's a great question. So I think this is a central core part of growing out of like the metal ranks into Diamond Plus, is understanding that the higher you go, the less value you can get out of an ultimate, because people will spread out more. So for example, at lower ranks, like let's say we're over here, right? Like you'll have 5 people clumped right here, you have 5 defenders clumped right here, and you're gonna walk here and send Kitsune all the way down, and then all 5 people will benefit it, and it feels great. But at higher ranks, they understand like they don't want to do that, so you'll have teammates like over here, pushing from this side, and those teammates won't benefit from Kitsune, and that's okay. As long as Kitsune allows you to win the fight, and in particular, if Kitsune can get you a kill, it's completely worth it. Okay. So don't over prioritize. Same thing for like Baptiste window. I don't even play Baptiste, but I don't need my whole team to benefit from Baptiste window. If I pop window myself and kill 1 support, worth it. That's all I need to do. Like even if that was all the damage I did, was it helped me kill 1 support and then the rest of the team breaks LOS, worth it. Totally worth it. Okay. So in this situation, with my Bastion who just popped Assault Form, he's basically full Assault Form right now. He would be already out to here, and then you see the soldier or the Roadhog would be finishing his ability. Bastion's out here. He'd be gunning down the Brig, right? Then you gun down the Genji, etc. And then he would be like just murdering everyone with Kitsune. Bastion with Kitsune is really, really strong. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah. So don't worry so much about like, hey, can my whole team benefit from it? Honestly, some team members don't even need it. I just see here, like my key reading here is Bastion just used Assault Form. Like if he'd already been using it for like 5 seconds, I don't want to pop Kitsune because he's not as dangerous in Recon form. But he just popped Kitsune. I know there are enemies that are vulnerable around the corner. I pop Kitsune here, Bastion's gonna benefit from it, I'm gonna benefit from it, because you can come out and attack too, right? Or heal or whatever. Tracer can benefit from this potentially. Lots of good options here for Kitsune.
Okay.
So try to attack, yep. Get a heal in, yep. So the Brig's gonna die right now. Bob's gonna come out. So let's think about this for a second. What do you know here? Like what do you think you should do right now?
So I should either, like depending on where Bob lands, like get out of his line of sight. Because I think at this point in time I was worried about everyone else, even though like right now they're full health, and also this tree, yeah.
Yep.
Break line of sight of Bob, and then I usually just wait for him to land and then see where he is, and then if it's like possible to just like headshot him off, like without losing anybody.
Okay. So what do you think is your number 1 priority right now?
Not dying by Bob.
Not dying to Bob. Okay, fair. Yeah, like not dying. Yeah. What's your next? I mean, that's kind of like a passive thing. Like I don't want to die to Bob. What's the actively? What should you be trying to accomplish at this moment in time? Because not dying to Bob, like you would obviously just walk around a corner and you're good, but that's not good value, right? So what do you actually want to be doing right now?
I'm not sure.
So this is the way that I kind of think about this. So number 1, tree's up. So tree pulses for 75 health every like 1.75 seconds. So call it like about 50 health a second. Bob, I don't remember how much he does offhand, but I'm gonna say it's like 100 to 125, something like that. So tree's gonna cut out a good chunk of that damage. Like I'm not worried about anybody dying right now because everyone is full health. So my priority here is not keeping anyone alive. My priority is doing something that will change the fight. Just healing right now is not good value. So my perspective is, look, the Roadhog ran in here, the Brig's dead, right? So it's already a 5-on-4 situation. I still have Kitsune right now, by the way. So I have Kitsune, the Roadhog has ran here. I don't know what his health status is, but I know that he's in there. I know my Tracer's in there too. I know that the Genji's in there because I saw the Genji go in as well. And I know that the Ashe and Mercy are on high ground. What I want to do right now is I want to play up and I want to be applying pressure to the Ashe, because the damage boosted Ashe is very dangerous. She could kill the Life Weaver even through tree with the damage boost. And then, if I get an opportunity to kill the Bob, I will, but based on the position of the Bob, I can see that he's going to be on the other side of the cart, right? Which means anybody who doesn't want to deal with the Bob, they can just hide behind the cart. Also, we have D.Va here to DM as needed. So I'm not worried about the Bob. Like, this Bob doesn't really change what I'm going to do at all.
Okay.
Right? Bob comes out, I see, if it landed here, that's different. I kind of need to deal with that. But if it lands here, I can't get a headshot angle on him anyway, so I should be spending my time trying to keep people alive, but I'm applying pressure up here. Because no one else on my team can affect high ground, right? The D.Va right now is stuck on point. Life Weaver obviously can't do deal damage. Bastion's doesn't have assault form. Tracer's busy fighting the Hog and the Genji. So my priority here has to be, look, I just need to attack the Ashe. I don't really need to kill her. If I kill her, great, but like realistically, I can't kill her, which is being pocketed most likely. But I just need her to stop shooting at my team for free, because she's probably going to get a lot of opportunity here to just shoot people freely, right? Like, you see how she has no pressure on her right now, so she can worry about full accuracy. Now, she's not doing a great job of it, but like, well, almost kills the, right? But like, that's at higher ranks, this Ashe is gonna kill everyone. Like, everyone's gonna die. Like, you see how much time she has? She can just sit up here the whole time, right? 2, right? Now she's reloading some ammo. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? She has so much time to kill like your whole team basically in this situation. So I think just focusing on trying to apply pressure to the Ashe is important, because even one headshot causes her to back off, maybe coach gun off, and give up the point. But as long as she's up there, she's trying to turn the fight. So right here, you see the Mercy go? I want the Mercy, right? Like, right now, I want to chase the Mercy, and that's what your Bastion's doing right now too. He's chasing the Mercy. Tree's gonna go down right now. But remember, the last time you saw, your teammates are all healthy. That's very important, is to remember how healthy your teammates. D.Va's good, Life Weaver's good. You know that when the Mercy goes in. So I don't want to look at point at all. At this point, I just want to kill the Mercy. So I run over here, potentially swift step to the Tracer right now, right? Swift step, Suzu, right? Save the Tracer, kill the Genji, kill the Mercy, whatever, and then from here, fight it out. So Valk's gonna get popped, and you walk back the point. This is a fight-losing mistake. So you're gonna abandon your Bastion and your Tracer here, the DPS, because remember, your Life Weaver's playing main healer in this situation, right? He's always on your D.Va. Your D.Va's fine. Your D.Va's always been fine. Like, your issue here is not your D.Va's getting D-mech, not getting up healing. You need to help the DPS here. So I don't need to worry about the point. Like, the point's good. It's just the Ashe, just the Bob, right? Bob's nearly dead. We're good. They have cover. We're fine. I just want to focus on what's happening inside. So the problem here is the Mercy's going to get the res, which the Bastion smartly tries to prevent by going tank form right now. And he's going to fail to kill her. Yeah. He fails to kill her, partially because the Genji saves. But that's what you need to be prioritizing right now. It's like, oh shoot, my Bastion's in trouble. I hear res, I hear assault form. I turn and be like, what's going on over here? I need to be looking right here. Oh god, the res goes off. So now I'm healing him, keeping him at full health. Healing. He should be basically full health right now for my heals. Attack. And then when the Roadhog comes up, I wait for the hook, right? Right now, then I Suzu him. Because again, he wouldn't be this low. If he was this low without Suzu, then I would Suzu him. But like with healing, he should be like not actually this low. So then this Suzu should go off and he should be good, right? Is he gonna kill them? He is most certainly not, but I'm gonna keep him alive long enough for my D.Va and Tracer hopefully to be like, oh, what the heck is going on over here? And they'll come back and help us deal with that situation.
Okay.
So we're seeing a common trend here of like kind of two things. Number one, trying to get yourself to become more aggressive, looking for off angles, looking to help your DPS, right? Looking to get out there and do damage. And number two is trying to make sure that your whole team is being supported, not just your tank, but also your DPS, and understanding which one of them is most in danger and prioritizing that. And you're also not tracking Mercy res, which I understand. Like, I also forget about Mercy res sometimes, but it's so important at higher ranks to just always be thinking about Mercy. It's like a huge part of why Mercy is like so effective at all ranks is people forget that res is a thing. And she's always going to be looking to res the tank. So when you know the tank is dead back here, I want to be camping here with, like, their Bastion's making the right call here, which is like trying to interrupt the res right now. This is like a really good play. But he doesn't get any help here, so he's going to end up dying. So once this happens, once my Bastion's going to die, right? You see your Life Weaver's low, but I don't worry about it. My Life Weaver's not actually in danger because he's behind the corner at this point. Like, I don't do the swift step because he's fine. He can just chill back here. I need to apply damage pressure to the Ashe, or I need to get ready to save my I need to save my Bastion, right? Or I need to get ready to kind of hold them off from this angle. Because this is going to be a huge problem. So now you're going to waste Suzu in this situation. Now the question here is, do I use Kitsune? I most likely do not, because there's not really anybody. Like, this is a situation where nobody benefits from Kitsune, right? If I Kitsune there, like, it's just me, and I'm going to need to give this angle up right away. So Blade's going to go off. You need to have Suzu here to stop this. Alternatively, I would just be attacking him right now. Because I know they're going to come out and they're going to hook and kill me, but if I don't kill the Genji, we lose anyway. So I'm probably attacking here. Because like healing is not going to save you from Blade. You know what I mean? Like, he just does too much damage. So that was your best opportunity, like, to win the game. Like, you were in a 5-on-3 situation, or should have been in a 5-on-3. But this is a 5-on-4. Last fight would have been a 5-on-3 if you saved the Bastion. But had a really, really good chance there. But it's fine. You still have Kitsune. You have a minute and 14 left. You're in 2-fight territory to take the point. Still winnable. Alright, you're playing with D.Va. Note, where's Lifeweaver? Oh, right, it's an Ana now, right? So with Ana here playing main, so Ana's definitely playing main healer in this situation, I should be thinking, how do I help? Right? What can I do here that's better value than just sitting here, you know, playing with my D.Va? Now, to be fair, your D.Va went too early because the Ana wasn't able to heal, and like your healing here was actually pretty critical, but generally that should not be an issue. I would get the Mega here. Yeah. You notice what you missed there?
Oh, no.
Okay, so we'll play it back again. You see it?
Oh.
I'll do it one more time.
Oh.
So we're Suzu, we walk in, heal, Dynamite goes off. Do you notice what you missed?
Oh, no, I don't.
Watch the Ana. We Suzu. Pow! So the Ana is going to eat that Dynamite. Dynamite does 100 damage. It's a lot of damage, and you see, as soon as she eats this, she's like, I don't want to peek anymore, because she's potentially going to be one-shottable in this situation. So I would have given her a quick heal, and then done whatever it was I was going to do. Right? It's kind of trickier, because your Bastion's like crazy far out. Like, I don't know why he's like going right now, but I would just note here is you also hear the help me like voice line that's going to play from your Ana. But like that's something that I don't feel like you're really listening to. So like you heard the like the grunting from her, like as she's doing it. Like, it's important to be paying attention to those voice lines. But like in this situation, it's funny because your Bastion's like so far out here. You really shouldn't have done this, which is actually insane. Right? Heal. Right? Okay, good. Right? Weaving is fine so far. I don't want to be out here. This is a good spot to get hooked. I want to get the opposite side of the cart. This is crazy. I know you want to use the Kitsune, but I don't want to get hooked right now as long as I know hook is available. So I would prefer playing on this side of the point and forcing them to come down and deal with me, right? Here, I'm nice and safe. I can save everybody. I can save the Bastion, right? Heal the D.Va, apply damage pressure, like whatever else is going on. The thing is, they're out of ultimates right now. Because, like, your whole team, like, well, I mean, they popped it all in the previous fight, and then you pop Kitsune now. Is this Kitsune actually any good? It's okay. I don't think it's actually that great, because the problem is the Bastion, first of all, could have died before even using the Kitsune. You see how low he is? Like, this is literally one-tap territory that the Ashe just doesn't have that final bullet, and there's no way that you knew that the Ashe didn't have that last bullet. So I think that's super dangerous. But the D.Va doesn't want to play underneath here anyway. She wants to play on the backside point, which is totally understandable. So no one really benefits from this Kitsune, and you see how low your Ana is back here? Right? And she's spooked because, again, she didn't get healed from the Dynamite, so she's like, it's like a problem for her. This is very dangerous for you. D.Va's up top. I would be worrying less about the D.Va or the Ana and worrying more about the D.Va, because no one's going to be looking at the D.Va in this situation. I would be prioritizing, like, making sure that everyone over here is getting healed accordingly. Right? Even the Ashe is top left, so I don't have to worry about anyone killing my Ana from that angle. So I'm going to be looking D.Va, 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 right? I would jump up top and stand up here, heal the D.Va, right? Apply a couple shots to the Mercy. See how low the Mercy is right now? Right, that's what you need. So Tracer gets a kill, excellent, right? So we're in a 5-on-4 situation. They have rally, but other than that, we have good position, right? Good positional control. They do have high ground, but like without the Ashe to do anything, like this should still be an easy win from here. So Tracer, you're gonna see rewind here. So that rewind goes off. Now I know I need to save the Tracer. When she doesn't have when she does have rewind, her job to keep herself alive. When she doesn't have rewind, my job to keep her alive. So now I'm worried about the Tracer potentially dying, especially since I know she's next to a rally brig. So I'm looking here for potentially for stun kill right now, and I would strongly consider swift stepping here, Suzu, and then drop right away.
Okay.
Because I do not want the Tracer to die right now. Alright, she gets away, it's fine. So he gets... Oh yeah, I remember what happens now. Okay, so the Mercy's gonna get res, or the Ash is gonna get res by Mercy. So we take a shot here. So, pop quiz again. How much damage does Ash do in a body shot?
75.
How much does she do in a headshot?
You said 2 times, right?
Yep.
So, oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm one-shottable right now, even without a Mercy pocket, which she doesn't have right now because the Mercy's busy healing the Roadhog. So this is one-shot territory. So I have 2 options here, right? And it's all about your risk tolerance in that moment. If you don't want to take any risks after you eat the shot, right here, you Suzu right now. I Suzu right away. I Suzu right in front of me, so it pops as soon as possible, which heals me for 40, right? And then I get behind cover, and then I kind of, start dueling her. Option 2 is I don't use Suzu. I try to save it. I use cover, and I crouch here to make sure that she can't finish the kill on me and hope my Ana gives me a dart. So it's all about risk tolerance to what you want to do. But not reacting at all is definitely the wrong call. And not only that, you're going to walk to the left continually. She's going to miss that shot, and then she pops you. And you notice that you die from 125 right now because she's going to shoot you with a headshot. Right, look. Pop.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show it to you from the Ash's perspective to understand the mistake. She gets rezzed here, and she's making the smart call, which is trying to kill you. Right? She barely misses that shot, and you see how you're still walking in a straight line? That's why she gets the kill, because you're not dodging at all. All you're doing is just running in a straight line. So it makes it so easy for her to get the kill here. You need to dodge it. You need to feel I've been damaged. What do I want to do about it? Do I want to Suzu? Do I want to cover? Do I just want to AD strafe here even? Anything other than just running in a straight line. Because no one here was even low. You're kind of tunnel visioning on the heels, but no one in front of you is even low. No one's in danger right now. All your team wants you to do right now is stay alive and play safe. Play your life. Sometimes you do have to expose yourself and to kind of tunnel vision to keep someone alive because you have no chance of winning otherwise. But in this scenario, you're good. This fight's won as long as you just don't die here.
Okay.
And once you die, well, it's still 4-4, right? It's now 4-3. We're still in reasonable shape, but things are gonna go haywire from here. Bob goes in, kills your Ana. Right? Genji Bob goes in, kills your Bastion. Bob's here, Genji goes in, dashes. DPS in both teams honestly play pretty well. Right? Oh, the deflect. Oh, that's rough. The deflect to kill the Tracer. And then from here, there's no way the D.Va can win the fight. So that's going to end your offensive phase. Okay. Good on offense?
Oh, yes. I think so.
Alright, so let's cover defense now. So defense is going to go pretty well. I think you guys hold them for most of the game. Oh, yeah. So one of the important things to know, did you know that they have a Widow right now?
I don't think I knew. Sorry, it was a long time ago. So
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
So I'm not sure if I remember, but
yep.
Yeah.
How often do you hit the scoreboard button in games? Tab.
I try not to check it too often.
Oh.
So,
it's funny.
Well,
go ahead.
I mean, it's just hard to say. When I play quick play, I check it often, but when I'm in comp, I feel like I don't check it as often, which probably is the wrong move, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so I actually check it all the time. I literally press it for sure every 30 seconds, and sometimes as often as every 5 to 10 seconds. The reason being is I'm constantly using it to track my ult charges and also tracking what the enemy heroes are and whether or not they've switched. And to a lesser extent, I'm looking at the stats because if I see hey, the Genji has 20,000 damage and the Widow has 4 kills, I'm not worried so much about the Widow. I'm a lot more worried about the Genji. So in this situation, after 15 seconds after the doors open, I believe it's 15 seconds, so all the enemy's heroes will be revealed. Because they're not revealed at the very beginning, but they are revealed after that. So my perspective here is, until I know what they have, I want to play safe.
Okay.
Right? I want to be very, very careful because I do not want to get picked, because a pick here can be a loss. right? If I die here, I assume the game is over. At this point in time, I'm hitting scoreboard and being like, what heroes do they have? Because if they have a Winston, I'm going to play this very differently than if they have a Reinhardt, or if they have a Sigma, or if they have a Widow, or they have a Sombra, or a Tracer. Like, all these things are going to cause me to play differently. So in this situation, you needed to know that they have a Widow here and be very careful, right? You come out here, and now you see the Widow for the first time. And even now, like, this is still okay, because she's not going to kill you right now, but you need to have clocked there is a Widow there. I cannot re-peek this angle. Because I guarantee you the Widow's, yeah, is just going to hold that angle right there and look for this, and then she's going to kill you. So this should have lost you the fight. If this is a higher rank, the fight's basically over. Unless the Torb kills the Widow right now, this fight's over. So the lesson here is, number one, especially at the very beginning of games where you don't know what the heroes are, play super safe until you know what they are. But number two is, you see the Widow, you have to respect this right now. Number three here is she's going to kill you because you jump. And as I mentioned maybe before, jumping is really bad. Because jumping makes your movement predictable. So you're going to go up, which means you have to come down, and that makes the shot easy for her. If you're just strafing, AD strafing, at least that would be easier. But you should never have been visible from here at all. But if you are going to be visible, make sure you're strafing and not jumping. Your team is going to be able to hold them off, which is great. So you get to come back and have another fight.
Oh, yeah. I remember what
happened. Yeah. This, I honestly don't blame you for. Like, this is an insane shot by the Widow. So you have very little time to react to this, but you do hear it. So you should have heard the grapple right there. My sound's turned down because of the replay review, but you're going to hear the grapple right here. I know the Widow's coming up. If I hear a grapple from here, I know she's coming up right here. So either she's going for my team or she's going for me. Either way, I need to be like mentally ready for this to come out. The second she does this, I have two options. Option number one, I believe that I can just outduel right now, which I think is a reasonable option. I think it is unlikely, even in GM, I don't think it is likely the Widow kills me in this situation, and I think that I'm favored, and I take this fight. Option number two, I'm skittish, I'm worried that I might die here, I Suzu myself right away. Right as she's coming down, I Suzu right now to make myself invulnerable, and then I take the duel. Potentially, I can even, I think they took away the knockback, but you could, previously you could do a little bit of knockback to throw off her aim. But like, you hit the headshot right away and she kills you. But like, this is not that bad of a death, honestly. Like, this is not a common scenario.
That scared me so bad because I didn't hear the grapple. Do you think that was a bad spot to be in? Because I didn't want to be over there because she was over there last time.
No, I think this is fine. Yep. Yeah, okay. I think the spot's totally fine. And sometimes like the other team just makes plays, you know? Like, this is not an easy shot for her. Like, let's watch it in real time, right? Like, that's not an easy shot for her. Like, you could have done a better job of strafing here, but like, under pressure, having already taken a headshot, being shot from both directions, like, that's not something that, like, you know, it happens, you know? Like, at the end of the day, like, you know, in sports terminology, they say the other team gets paid too, right? Like, they're gonna make plays, just like you're gonna make plays. Honestly, and also this is a really good time to die, because your death means nothing here, because the fight's already over, because the Roadhog just dies. So the fact that you die here doesn't mean anything. The first death was super bad. That should have cost you this. But this death, not a big deal. I like, honestly wouldn't even be mad here if I were you. I'd be like, whatever. But the problem is you come back a little slow. So D.Va gets hooked. I'm immediately very concerned about my D.Va dying, because my Ana is not going to be able to see the D.Va either. So I would strongly consider... Oh, you don't have Swift Step right now. Okay, now I would consider Swift Stepping, Suzuing, and then just running around the corner. Because if you lose the D.Va here, you're in big trouble. Which is what is going to happen. And I think certainly I would have dropped here. Because remember, the farther away you are, the longer it takes the healing and the Suzu to get there. So now, even though you do it the second she comes around the corner, it's going to take too long to actually reach her. Right? She gets hooked. As soon as this happens, I either Swift Step right away, or I walk down to the corner and get ready to save.
And I'm assuming that the mindset is, even if I were to, because I was being safe because I just got picked 2 times by the Widow.
Yep.
I'm assuming if the Diva's gonna die, we're gonna lose anyway. So if I get picked by the Widow, it doesn't matter as much as
exactly. Also,
okay.
I'm not worried about getting picked, because one thing that's important to understand is what are the angles of the map. Okay, so a Widow will play, for example, right here. Okay, and potentially see right there, or she may play like right here, or she's gonna play up here. The thing is, none of those spots are visible if I just drop down here. Does that make sense? Like if you
Yeah.
look at the spot right here, I actually am not visible unless someone is she's like all the way out here is the only time where she can see me drop right now. In which case she's vulnerable to the Torb and the Ana as well. Because the Widow also died after trading for me. So she probably doesn't feel like that was a good trade to begin with. But regardless, as you point out, like if the D.Va gets demeched here, the fight's over regardless. So you really, really need to make sure to save. And this is kind of like the crux of like support play, which is your team is going to make mistakes. You have to be there to cover up for those mistakes because all of your abilities are based around this. Like you could have Swift stepped right away as she got hooked. Right now, Swift stepped and Suzu'd. It would have been dangerous, right? But like at full health, I probably wouldn't have Swift stepped. I probably would have ran straight down and then thrown Suzu right now, like around before I could even see her around the corner. And then I save and heal, and then she's totally fine. Because at that point, she's gonna have the Suzu. She has healing from me, healing from Ana. She's not gonna get demeched right now. So, I think this is pretty disastrous. But you still control high ground, so still possible, right? Torb gets a kill, excellent. Uses Bastion ulti in order to hold off the enemy team, which I think is a reasonable choice here, right? It's not a great ulti. He should have gone for the res, but that's fine. Right, buys you a little bit of time, gives your D.Va time to remech. Excellent. So, a combination of your Torb getting a kill and Bastion ulti gives your D.Va a chance to remech. Now we're back into a 5-on-5 situation. So, even though you missed it, winnable situation, right? Very, very winnable. But where should I be right now? What's my priority? Let's do it this way.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
Yep, go ahead. You're good. Takes as long as you need. Think about all the lessons that we kind of picked up so far.
So right now, D.Va has mech. Everyone last we saw was healthy. So I'm assuming looking for damage, but then you're gonna ask me where would I go or where would I want to take them?
Well, do we even have damage options right now? Like even we're standing here. Is the Brig like damage reasonable? Like is that a valuable use of our time?
My first instinct is to say yes, but I don't know if that's the right.
Do you know how much shield? Do you know how much health that her shield has?
No, but yeah.
It's 300. Do you know how many kunais that is?
A lot.
It's 8 kunais to break her shield. Now, obviously, somebody else might shoot it, but I'm just noting that it's going to take you like half of your ammo to break her shield. Okay, so I would say the Brig, not a high value option. Like if she's going to lower the shield or someone else shooting shield, fine, I'll shoot it. But like right now, that's probably not going to win me a fight by shooting the Brig shield. Shooting the Roadhog, is that good value?
No, he has his supports with him.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of health, and he has self heal.
Yeah, and he's full health right now. Like that's not a good thing right now. So weirdly enough, I don't think it's actually about damage right now. My recommendation here is, what's the other thing we talked about in terms of main healer, off healer?
Well, making sure you give attention to the DPS.
Exactly. So are your DPS feeling supported right now?
The Bastion is probably not feeling supported right now.
That's right. So, in particular, is there any way for the Bastion to die in this situation? Not like literally right now, but in the next 5 seconds.
Probably. If Hog gets his hook back, probably could take him down, and then everyone.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. If he gets hooked down there, he's going to die no matter what. Even with Suzu, he's going to die there. But I would note, Brig can't go after the Bastion. Hog can't go after the Bastion. Widow maybe can go after the Bastion. What about the Genji, though?
The Genji can go after the Bastion.
Correct. If the Genji gets up here and starts to duel with the Bastion, who do you think wins that most of the time? Genji, right? He's a very good close-range duelist. So I'm worried here is that the Bastion may end up getting engaged upon, and his retreat path takes him at an angle that prevents you from healing him, right? Plus the travel time of the healing to get to him. So in this situation, I don't need to worry about anyone here as it is. The turret's already in position. This is going to stop the Genji completely, right? So the Ana's safe, the Torb is safe, the D.Va's in cover behind the cart, and she's got full health. I want to focus on what's the next thing they need to do. Because there's no way the 5 of them are going to stand on point and going to win the game that way. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to get shot at from every single direction. So they have to deal with some of the angles that are coming at them. So I would probably already swift step over here and play this side. Because if Genji comes up, but there's 2 of us, he can't do anything. There's no way the Genji can beat the 2 of you. You know, it's gonna be a total waste of time. If Mercy comes up and pockets them, then it's gonna be a stalemate, and like nobody's gonna get anything done, which is great because you're on defense. So your perspective should be, look, who's the vulnerable point here? Who needs supporting? My Bastion needs supporting right now. That's who I worry about dying. So I would already be over here, again, from this angle, applying damage pressure, right? To Genji, to Mercy, right? Whatever I can. You can play the close angle here if you're worried about the Widow, right? I can like headshot the Brig here. You got a lot of options. You notice the Genji comes up, he can't do anything here, right? He's gonna climb up, he gets shot by the turret, and he's like, oh, okay. He's gonna pop deflect, and he's gonna leave right away, because he can't do anything. Right? Like, there's like literally nothing he could do here. Like, as soon as he comes up, he's like, oh shoot, and he leaves, because, yeah, like, obviously, like, that's just not gonna be effective. But, again, I would note here, is the Genji shouldn't have gone that way. The Genji should have gone after your Bastion, who is 100% killable in this situation. So, you're not gonna get punished for it this time, maybe. Oh yeah, now the Bastion goes. So, this is another good point. I would already be over here, right, applying damage to the Genji or whomever. Then right now, I see, oh shoot, he's gonna get hooked. I throw Suzu right now, and I pop heal from this angle where I can't get shot by the Widow, and I consider whether or not I need to swift step here. Once I see the Brig go, now I swift step in, pop another heal, and start dueling the Brig. And specifically, I want to duel her on the side, so she can only attack me or the Bastion. Because again, if the Bastion dies here, we're going to be in big trouble regardless, so I might as well take some risks here. Like, yes, you're perfectly safe, but your kunais aren't doing anything shooting a Roadhog in the back.
Yeah.
And now the whole hog gets popped by the Roadhog, and he's going to get obliterated, getting knocked away. There's not a lot you can do here. Do Suzu, but too late. I understand that. I probably wouldn't have thrown that Suzu, because like, you probably won't get to him in time. But note that if you're over here, right now, you throw Suzu down, you can definitely land that in time.
Yeah. And
save. Right? If you just got a little bit more healing, he doesn't die right now, because the Widow's obviously not going to shoot him because she's not even looking at him. So just a little bit more healing would have saved your Bastion. This is when weaving is so important, right?
Yeah.
So whole hog's popped. What's the goal for whole hog? It's not actually to prioritize healing. It's prioritize killing, because whole hogs usually run in a straight line at you, which makes them super vulnerable. This hog has only 156 health, so one headshot and a body shot kills him. Right now, one headshot kills him, or 3 body shots. Like, you definitely can land this. 2 body shots kills him right now. Like, this is a lot of opportunities right now that if you just were weaving just a little bit, especially since you see he's purple, just a little bit of damage kills his hog and the fight's over. At that point, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 on 3 here. Fight's over. So, really unfortunate time to not be weaving attacks in. D.Va pops mech. I don't want to look at the Torb, I want to look at the D.Va, because I want to make sure D.Va gets mech back. If she dies right now, we're in big trouble. So the Torb is super safe in this little cubby, not my priority. I'd be like, okay, cool. I would look, oh, is D.Va in trouble? No. Is Ana in trouble? Yes. I heal the Ana. I would actually consider, if I had Suzu, I would consider Suzing her right when she pops mech. So, right now. Do you know why?
It's gonna be hard for her to, because like her moving to cover, she could probably get killed.
Mm-hmm. In particular, who could kill her?
If the Widow was looking, or I mean,
you see this shot on the screen? You see the gray trail?
Yeah.
So the Widow could 100% have killed the D.Va right now while she was meching, so I would have thrown Suzu there just to guarantee, first of all, it heals the Ana as well, to guarantee that the save on the D.Va so she gets mech back. But also, your Ana could have died there right there too. This is why it's like healing priority is so important. Your Torb here, I know he's injured, but he's not actually in danger. But the 2 people exposed on point, super, super, super vulnerable. That's who you need to be focusing on. Is okay, I gotta heal the Ana right now, right? I gotta heal Ana. I gotta Suzu the D.Va. Like whatever it takes to make sure that we survive here. So Roadhog does die here from D.Va Bomb. We're still in really good position. We should not lose this game, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 against 3 people. We should still be in good shape. I want to get the Ana back up. All right, Sleep goes against the Widow. Great. So I see the Brig is here. I know the Ana's or Mercy's above. I would climb up right now, like hearing the Sleep, climb up and headshot and kill her. So. I would have climbed up this wall that's faster to try to kill her. This Widow is insane. You could just melee and kill her. So you did headshot, body shot. I guess it wouldn't have killed her. Yeah, it would have been close. I would have meleeed her. Yeah, now the melee would have killed her. But yeah, that's not gonna do anything. I don't really know that you need to Suzu there, but I understand that she's killed you twice in ridiculous ways. Yeah. So So Brig pops rally. Okay, fine. I don't drop because I don't need to drop. Nobody's in danger. I just want to sit up here and I want to keep attacking her to get the headshots and get the kill and be done with it. So Ana's in big trouble. Yep, save the Ana. Go for the Genji. Great. Great timing here. Yep, excellent. He's dead. Just, yep, sorry. Use Swift Step. Get the heal. We're good. All right, 1 minute, 10 seconds left. So they're going to try to force their way up top. Yep, get the weaves in. You have to be careful here. So I see the Roadhog has popped take a breather. So very commonly after take a breather, he throws a hook. So I just want to be wary of that. Okay, he drops, no problem. I don't want to wide peek here. Wide peek is dangerous because he might hook me. I only want to play like this angle. I don't need to prioritize attacks right now when my D.Va's already holding the doorway.
Okay.
So just be very careful because like hook is like when one shots are a possibility, you should de-emphasize attacks, right? And a hook here could potentially be a one shot. So this, what you're doing when you're just kind of sitting out in the open, is bad. Just play this tight angle, get the heels in, right? Do like quick little jiggle peeks and see whether or not people are coming. And do this. This is incredibly dangerous what you're doing right now. This super dangerous. Like you feel it, right?
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm noticing a lot that I'm doing things at the wrong times. I'm trying to be aggressive at the wrong times. I'm passive at the wrong times.
Yep. So just play safe, right? Oh god, this is so dangerous. Oh, who's the Roadhog hooking here? Oh, he just like whiffed completely. Okay, we're still in good shape. The Bastion's on low ground right now, which is really unfortunate. Oh, you hit a double headshot there, but again, like I think your priority here is just staying alive, not because like the risk reward scenario is bad. You're never gonna get a kill here, right? Even if you get a headshot, it's not gonna kill them. And there's two supports here; they're all gonna get healed up right away. So I don't really need to get kills here. I just need to stay alive and not get picked. Because if I get picked, the fight's lost. So they lose. They take up high ground. This is perfectly fine, right? This is totally normal that they take high ground here. Your D.Va escapes. That's fine. So what should I do? First of all, I shouldn't be this far out. I should be like here. My D.Va drops. What do I do? What do I want to do now? What's my goal? I'm gonna back up.
Yeah. So when D.Va dropped, I was like, oh, now they're probably gonna move forward because the D.Va's not up there to contest anymore. So
that's correct.
That's why I left. But I didn't realize Bastion was behind me.
Exactly. You actually kind of hear him beeping along, but you walk through him, you see him on your screen, and then you Swift Step out. This is disaster.
Yeah, I know.
So what you should have done here is you should have just played off the Bastion and played back here, right? And just like literally just like use him as a shield as necessary. Because if he gets hooked, you Suzu, he's fine. I mean, not fine. He's still probably gonna die. But like it buys time. If you get hooked, it's game over. So I would literally just be like, okay, cool. Like if this is what's gonna happen, that's fine. Because I know my D.Va's gonna come back because my D.Va reads that they're not paying attention to her or like applying any damage pressure. So as soon as she gets healed, she's gonna come back up. But now they're chasing down your Bastion, and now things are gonna go poorly, right? Bastion's in danger. I would have thrown Suzu by now, right? Because I think that he was possibly going to die in that situation. You pop Kitsune, but what is happening in the back? So, unfortunately, your Ana's like hyper prioritizing that, and then your Genji's going to go up and kill the Ana, and then kill because your soldier's applying damage, and then killing the Torb. Is this really your fault? I don't think so. I mean, like they're in reasonably good shape here. I think the Ana should have made sure to heal the Torb right now, but the Torb is also like kind of jumping around. But like the Ana needs to get the heal right there. But this is a good example of like when your team isn't looking, supports aren't looking at the DPS, your team loses, right? Because the Ana is so worried about what's going on over here, partially because you're not there yet, that she's tunnel visioning on trying to like keep them alive and now applying like damage pressure. Now nading, like that was a really bad nade. She should have saved it for the dash. As a result, like if she just heals like the Torb once here, he's good. Like you see how low the soldier is? Like just one heal here would have changed this whole fight. And then dash through and then kill on the Torb. So now you're in a 3-on-4 situation. Granted the soldier is low, but you're in terrible position here. I understand the Kitsune, like why you popped it, but like you don't want to be chasing the team around the corner anyway, you know? Like they have a mega health pack back here. It's unlikely you're ever gonna get kills in this situation, especially with your Bastion nearly done with turret form. Alright, he only has less than 1 second left. Let me just check when you pop this. So you pop Kitsune right now, look how much he has left on the soul form. And as a reminder, when I mentioned earlier, I would have popped it because I just saw him pop Assault form. So he could have used basically all 6 seconds. Now he only has like 1.5 seconds that he can use it, and now it doesn't do very much. And they retreat around the corner. Like, you know they have a mega health pack over here. Like, this is Kitsune, doesn't do anything. So now you're in big trouble. You're also tunnel vision. Like, this is the wrong call. You're the only one who wants to be pushing this angle, right? Everyone else is like, we should probably deal with everyone else that's on the point. And you're just like trying to solo the hog. Hooks you, knocks you off. Are you gonna get off? Yeah, you're still fine, right? Good save. Bastion tries to keep himself alive. Understandable. So important to weave right now. You're trying to, right? You should have been looking for another 2 attacks after that, especially on the soldier. But like, things are just looking pretty bad for you right now. You definitely shouldn't be running at the soldier. So I hear the hog on the right. So my goal is I want to stay this side of the cart with my Bastion. Heal, attack, attack. Heal, attack, attack. Heal, attack, attack. Right? And just try to hold one side of the cart. Running forward at the soldier right now is suicide. You see that? Like, you're just tunnel visioning, like going at the soldier right now, which is not what your team needs from you. Like, granted, I think somebody on your team needs to get a kill, but I don't think it's realistic that you could have gotten a kill on the soldier in that situation, just running at him. Versus just keeping the Bastion and the D.Va alive a little longer. Maybe they make a play. Like, he has assault form right now, so like maybe killable, but yeah, I think just too many things have gone wrong at this point. Do you actually get a real contest here? Oh yeah, you're gonna miss. This is tough though, because she's getting whole hog backwards. So, or he's getting whole hog. They're both getting whole hog. Like, this is a big double save if you get this right now. But the Suzu is tough. I mean, again, this is hard, right? You Swiss stepped in, you got immediately whole hogged, like you're gonna be off target. I get it. I think a better Kiriko would have landed it, but I don't think it would have actually changed anything anyway, because he still has whole hog here. So I think you lose no matter what here, no matter what you do. Okay. Questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, I am really like I think you could see what I mean. Where like, there's just like there's some things are not clicking for me. Like I do things that are way too crazy because I haven't played enough comp where like people because when I first ranked up to Masters. Because I went from Plat to Masters. I completely skipped Diamond the first time. And then my first game Masters, oh my gosh. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Like, because everyone could have hit their shots. Like, you can imagine how, like, jarring it was when like, everyone can actually kill people.
Yep.
Like, and it's like, it was just, like, so overwhelming. Like, I can't even think of any questions right now. I think it's just, like, everything you said, like, when you say it, it makes sense. And then I go into a game and it's just like everything's. I think it really helps knowing, like, what you said about, okay, like look at everyone around you, like, oh, like what's the priority right now, or like, are you in danger right now? Because I think when I'm panicked, I don't think about that. I'm like, oh, like I need to save myself, blah blah.
Yep, totally makes sense. So I think, I frankly pretty much only good news for you, right? I think that you have a very strong base set of fundamentals, right? I think your kunai accuracy is better than your rank. I think your healing accuracy is certainly good enough, right? I think your general reaction times are good enough. Like, these things can easily get you out of Diamond. Like, I don't think you're actually going to struggle that much to get back to, like, low Masters again pretty quickly and easily. It's all about, I think, putting yourself in a good position already from a macro sense. Because the micro decisions, like, oh god, like, I popped Suzu, but like, did I realize that like maybe he didn't need Suzu because like I wasn't tracking whether or not the Reaper had Wraith form or whatever. Like, it's like you're always gonna make some mistakes, but put yourself in the best position to adapt the situation, and that comes with like some of the overarching things I mentioned, which is my team in danger? If they're not in danger, can I use my time more wisely to do something else? 1. 2, look for opportunities to try to help duels, right? Turn duels into unfair duels in your favor, right? Very, very strongly advantaged ones. And number 3, if my other support is focused on healing the tank, let me find ways to help my DPS. I think that, as like kind of an overarching framework, I think will help you be in better positions. Will you still make micro mistakes? You will. Of course you will. Everyone does. Like, even that GM, like, they're still going to make mistakes every single game. But it'll help put you in positions where, like, it won't be that hard for you to make call. Like, for example, when your Bastion was getting wrecked on low ground, right? If you're already up here, like, it's not stressful for you out, right? Like, this position, you're not vulnerable to the Widow. You can heal up the Bastion, right? Oh, look, he gets hooked. I just stand right here and I throw nade because I know that right here is safe from a Widow unless she's walked all the way over to here, in which case she has other problems to deal with. But like something like looking around, be like, oh look, I'm sitting next to my other support. Do I need to do that? Like, is she in danger of being dove? If not, then I can go and help the other side. Plus, I can always come back. if I'm already set up over here, then I have Swift Step available. So even if they manage to dive in my Ana, I can go Swift Step over and save. So I do think that you actually are in really, really good position to climb pretty quickly, honestly.
Okay. So another question about this fight.
Yes.
Did you at which time did you think it would have been best to Kitsune if there was like a
on defense?
time?
Yeah, this is a tough map to Kitsune on because of all like how high ground focus are. Because Kitsune is like best when it's like linear. This is kind of like a U shape, right? Because like the fighting happens kind of like this, so it's hard to find situations where like Kitsune would be super super helpful. I honestly like playing it out. Like I did not feel like it was a great situation. I definitely would have considered it after D.Va mech got popped. But like Torb just goes over there and just kills the Widow, so I was like, okay, maybe we're good here. So right now, when they're pushing in, I would have considered Kitsune right now.
Okay.
Right, because if I just Kitsune right now, straight down, everyone on high ground benefits from it, and the D.Va benefits. Obviously, if I was playing on the other side, then it'd be maybe a little different. But even over here, I could Kitsune down this way. Bastion gets it, I get it, D.Va gets it, and anyone who drops on point gets it. Like the Torb might, for example, if he sees Kitsune, drop and use Kitsune to kill the Roadhog very quickly. So that's like primarily, like, you're only going to get half the team one way or the other. It's all about which half do you want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
So beyond that, I think from here, I feel the Hog's dead, so I think I'm probably not popping any ultimates here. Yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty good about the situation. Yeah, we're good here. Yeah, Rally gets popped, but when I heard this rally, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, he's never going to be able to do anything here. Yeah, I don't think I pop Kitsune anywhere here. Yeah, Genji's dead, reset. So on the next engage, right, we're holding high ground. So if I am going to leave, I think leaving, if I Swift Step here, I think popping Kitsune right away right now would be pretty good value. Even popping Kitsune, I think, honestly, looking where my D.Va was, I'd probably pop Kitsune this way and give my Torb extra attack speed in this situation. Again, I don't think it's like a great situation, but that's one option. The other option, if you stay here with the Bastion, once my D.Va comes back up, if my Bastion hasn't dropped yet, I would throw Kitsune. But seeing my Bastion drop, I'd be like, okay, fine. I drop with him. I stay on top. I stay right on top of them. And this is a big part about support, is understanding how much danger you're in. If you're standing right here, you are in no danger. I know it probably doesn't seem that way, but like because there's a Bastion in front of me, I know I'm not in any danger. Like the Hog's not going to hook me through the Bastion, so I can literally just play with the Bastion, use him to body block and shield for me the whole way, while healing, weaving attacks, Suzuing as needed, and I'm good, right? Once this gets popped right here, then I pop Kitsune. Because 1, 2, 3 people right here with the Roadhog and the Brig and low ground, now I pop Kitsune, heal the Bastion, attack, right? Heal, attack, and then probably they both die. But the problem is you're all the way over here, so you're not able to get the Kitsune off in time, and you pop it way too late. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And again,
that's better.
Yep, exactly. And like, remember, like it's not about 5-man Kitsunes. 5-man Kitsunes are not necessarily better than 3-man Kitsunes or 2 or 1-man Kitsune. Like, if you're like, look, I can just Kitsune myself and I can get a pick, do it, because one pick is usually all you need to win the fight.
Okay.
So, yeah, because like if you Kitsune earlier, if you're here when the Bastion drops, right, you Kitsune and then you 3 kill the Brig at a minimum, if not the Brig and the Roadhog, then this fight's probably won, even with the Genji killing your backline. Well, maybe not. They have still Blade. Yeah, I mean, this is what's tough, though. It's like, yeah. It's hard to win this fight out of the situation, because your team also has no defensive ultimates, so, like, what are you going to do against Blade?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Other questions?
I feel like I have another ultimate question, because there's been so many times where I just know that I held it way too long and then I used it at the wrong time. Like, people have complained about my Kitsunes before. So,
like non-Kitsuneing or the use of Kitsune?
Yeah, non-Kitsune.
Yeah.
Or like a non-Kitsuneing, and then when I do Kitsune, they're like, what was that? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So like sometimes I feel like, because there's times where like other teammates will ultimate, like multiple, like two other teammates ultimate, and I will hold my Kitsune, because like, okay, I think 3 ultimates is kind of overkill.
Yep.
And then I end up holding it, and I'm like, oh god, I keep holding it, and then like the next fight, like they also popped. I'm like, oh, I should save it some more. I know there's like ways to to use 2 ultimates, like I don't know, like
synergistically,
like visor, yeah, synergistically. And that's good, but sometimes like they'll use ones and then it already wipes everyone out, and I'm like, okay, there's no use.
That's
at
fine.
this point.
Don't pop Kitsune. Yeah, I mean, that's really important. Is over ulting is definitely something you want to avoid because it's going to become more and more important as you go on, right? You don't want to pop 5 ultis to win a team fight when you could have done it with 2. So if you look at it, if you see ultimates and you're like, I don't think I need to do anything, don't do anything. And yeah, that might result in you popping it or holding it longer than you expect, but I think generally you'll see opportunities. And remember that, again, Kitsune is a good proactive ultimate, so often Kitsune should be one of the first ultimates popped. Like, you don't want to wait until your back is against the wall and then pop Kitsune, because it's just not strong at recovering. Like, if your whole team is low, Kitsune is not going to like turn that fight around. So it's like, oh, like we're starting to feel like things are getting out of control. That's when I pop Kitsune. Like the situation down here is a good example, right? Where if you started up here with the Bastion, okay, Bastion goes, I drop down with the Bastion, I'm starting to feel like I'm losing control of the fight, right? Because I see Hog Brig come down here. I'm like, damn, we're in danger. But I know that Bastion popped Assault Form, so I can pop Kitsune here, right? And then try to turn this fight around. That's like that moment where I'm like, yes, this feels like a thing that I can do to potentially win this fight. Because there's no cover for them, right? Like if the Bastion pops ult, like he's gonna shred them right now. In fact, is he just not shooting? What is happening here? No, he is shooting. He just misses some of it. Yeah, see? He kills the Brig here even, right? Kitsune, I think, kills the Hog. Yeah, Kitsune here probably kills the Hog if you popped it early. But yes, don't feel compelled to pop Kitsune for the purpose of popping Kitsune. You should always be using it like, I think we need this to win the fight.
Yeah, and then there's like there's times where, sorry, a lot of questions about the ultimate.
Yeah, keep going.
So yeah, there's sometimes when I feel like, oh, we're losing our advantage, like we're like
yep.
they're like gaining on us, but there's like healing that needs to be done, or at least like if I were to look back, probably like you'd probably tell me that they're not really in that much danger, but like in like let's say in the case that they are actually in a lot of danger, sometimes like there's been like once or twice when I popped it so I can heal faster. Do you think that's a bad idea? If it's like otherwise...
No, I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's typically what will help you win the fight though. Because generally speaking, the extra healing is not enough to turn a fight around. I wouldn't say always. I would say probably like 2/3 of the time, attacking or like prioritizing the damage output of Kitsune is what's important. Which doesn't mean you shouldn't weave. I'm just saying that like I'm popping Kitsune because it helps me and my team do more damage, not because it helps more healing. Only 1/3 of the time is the healing part relevant, but it could happen. Like for example, hypothetically, let's say that it's like a 3-3 left, right? It's me, the Diva and a Torp here against 3 people like Roadhog, Mercy, whomever out here, and all 3 of us are low, but we're all in cover. I would pop Kitsune and heal us up faster. Right, and then use that time to like attack and then heal just to be able to like give us a chance, especially on a final fight situation like this one. I would 100% pop it in that. Most of the time, it's not the case though. I would also note something that a trap that you might be getting into is you're holding it and the enemy team pops ultimates and you're like, there's nothing this could have done to stop it. So for example, Nano Blade or Nano Visor. Kitsune is not going to stop Nano Blade, Nano Visor, right? They're going to use it and they're going to kill everybody. Like Kitsune's not going to help you do anything. So your goal here is you want to look for the Kitsune before they pop their ultimates so that you gain an advantage that's large enough that even if they pop Nano Visor, they can't overcome it. Does that make sense? Like you burn through all their health, you get a pick, you take too much positioning, and then, like for example, if you thought, hey, look, they're going to pop Nano Visor, they're going to run through this door, and like, the first person to run through was the Hog or whomever, I pop Kitsune for all my teammates, we burn down the Hog Hog's like, oh god, he pops Vape and walks back in. They're not going to Nano Visor the soldier out right now, because now he has to fight everyone by himself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like, well, I don't know if theoretically, like, should they be Nano Visoring against Kitsune?
They could, sure. Like, definitely in some situations, like, they definitely could Nano Visor against Kitsune. Again, Kitsune scales better when people are closer because your damage falls off so much the farther you are. Not just because it literally fall off, like the mechanics, like a bullet from here versus if I'm this close to the soldier as Reaper, I do like 150 damage a second. If I'm here, I do 100. Here, I'm doing 50. Here, I do like 25. Here, I do like 10 damage a second. So there's like a literal damage fall off, but also your aim. It's just harder for me to land shots of any kind, hit scan or projectile here versus here, which is why most of the time you're looking for Kitsune, it's when enemies and teammates are very close to each other. And you pop Kitsune and you suddenly get this burst of damage and evasion capability from the extra speed because people aren't used to aiming at faster targets, and then you just run over them.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes a lot
Yep.
more sense. I think after hearing all that, I think I'll feel more comfortable with my ultimate now because
Yeah.
before it was a little dicey.
One thing that's tough here is you're running a poke lineup here, right? All the heroes you have are long range except for Diva, and Diva is not the source of your damage. Diva is just trying to disrupt the enemy and hold space. So Diva, like Kitsuning the Diva is like not necessarily super valuable in most situations. In which case, when you're running Brawl, it's easy. Like if you have a Reinhardt, yeah, you Kitsune, he runs to the enemy, he swings, everyone dies. Great, easy, right? Or an Orisa, or a Ramatra, or a Zarya, like it's very clear. In a poke lineup, you have to consider sometimes that your Kitsune is not actually going to get your team any closer to the opposing team, but because they're so strong and dangerous and have scopes at distance, it can still be effective.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
It's still going to be tough. Like, I'm not going to pretend that it's easy to decide when to use Kitsune, right? Like, don't think like, oh, I haven't figured out, I never mess up Kitsune. Like, I still mess up Kitsune, of course, right? But I'm just trying to tell you, like, what do you think through and try to make the best decision you can.
Okay. Oh, okay, well, that was really good.
Okay, other questions so far?
I think I'm good now. I think most of it is just like taking what you said and just making sure that I slow down a little bit and think about everything that's going on, and because I think the biggest thing is you clear out for me, like it's okay to TP to a tracer if she's like 1v1ing someone, because then it's not likely I'm gonna die. Things like that, like being more aggressive at the right times.
Yep, I would say you could pretty much always TP to a 1v1 situation. Unless the person you're TPing to is leaving, even if you TP to them, right? So that's why you be a little careful with like Tracer recall if the but this is what happens if you, especially if you play tank, you're constantly tracking where your Tracer's recall is. So like I know just from like experience like where my Tracer's gonna recall to. So, for example, right now, we're watching Diva's perspective, right? So I think Tracer's going to come to the right in a second. Well, actually, let's look from your perspective. So I see the Tracer coming from the right. So 1, 2, 3 seconds. So the Tracer's going to rewind to where she was 3 seconds ago, which is basically going to put her right here, right? She's going to end up somewhere around here. So this is another 1, 2, she rewinds, and she ends up right there, right? That's something that I'm not even like thinking about, I just know. But if I see the Tracer's been fighting in a room for a while, I know that her recall point's going to be in the room. So if I teleport to her, I know that even when she recalls, we'll still be in a 2v1 situation. Versus if the Tracer was here, and I see her right through the wall, go blink, 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 and take this fight, for example, she's going to like pulse bomb or something, then I don't Swift step to her, because when she recalls, she's going to recall all the way back over here and not going to be able to help me again. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And it's tough because Overwatch is like an overwhelming amount of information coming at you, the track, but like as you gain more experience, especially as you play comp, like because you have a crazy low amount of hours in comp, right? So as you play more competitive games, you'll just get better naturally at picking up stuff like this.
Yeah, because I've definitely TP'd to a Tracer who was leaving, and then
Yeah.
I just thought, oh.
Right. A good example also is like Winston, right? Let's say you're playing main and you're on offense. Your Winston jumps in, right? Zap, 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 zap. And then you're like, oh, hey, maybe I should go to him. And then you Swift step to him as he jumps out. Because if you know that Winston's jump is every 6 seconds, if it's 4 seconds in, he's probably about to jump out, and he won't realize that you went to him. So you either Swift step early, or you don't Swift step at all. But of course, it's tough because like you might not know if the Winston's gonna get burned down or not if you don't like if you Swift step like early. Like he might have to retreat right away, and that's really hard to look. And that's when it helps to play other heroes is I can look at, as a Winston player, I can look at the Winston's engage and be like, do I think this is a good engage? I do. I'm going to Swift step in. Right? And then I'm going to fight here, try to get a pick, and then I'm going to drop here. It's only going to be 2 seconds I need to stay alive, and I Swift step back up to my Winston.
Yeah, oh yeah. Playing with like a dive tank too is also something that I struggle a lot with. But I only played these 2 comp games that day before I sent them over to you. So I didn't, no one played dive. So I couldn't really show, but I really struggle with dive. Like, if you thought I struggled here, I really struggle with dive.
I think
I know Kiriko's supposed to be good with that.
Yeah, Kiriko's really good with dive, but it's hard because it targets the part of your skill set that's the trickiest, right? Because you tend to play more of a backline Kiriko, right? You do a good job healing people, saving with Suzu, like kind of be in the right position to like save people, but you don't want to be aggressive. You don't want to step over the line. Like you ever play, like capture the flag, right? You don't want to step over the middle line to the point point where you're vulnerable. But that's exactly what you have to do with dive, because if you play too far away, the dives aren't strong enough, and then you feel like your team just get deflected right away, and you're like, now what do I do? And you're just wasting time like over and over again. So seeing like the dive set up, understanding the enemy positioning and what you can get away with is very, very important with dive. And Kiriko synergizes well with dive because Winston gets dive every 6 seconds, Kiriko gets swift step every 7 seconds, so you can basically jump in with him and then jump back out with him as well. And constantly keep him up and just continue that cycle. And a Winston plus Kiriko is way more dangerous than just Winston.
Okay.
Other questions?
I think that's good for now. You answered all the ones I think I had before, and also that I had during the VOD review. But
okay,
yeah,
cool.
Thank you. It was very, very helpful.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome. Do you want to cover the other game or no?
Do you mind if we do like just like a small portion? I don't want to go over the your time.
Yeah, no, we're good. Okay, so let's jump through the other game. I remember this one as well. All right.
Don't know how much better this one is.
So I think this one is going to go better because it plays to your strengths as backline Kiriko. Circuit Royale is one of the most linear maps in the game, right? Enemy in front of you, team over here. You're just going to stand here, heal, attack, heal, attack. And because your kunai accuracy is pretty good, you get a lot of value from your kunai. I think you're regularly popping off here and getting kills, which are huge. And it makes the game simpler for you. Versus when you had to deal with Numbani, you had to deal with all of these possible angles that you had to think about of like, where should I be, like how do I take cover? Here you just kind of sit with your team and it's just kind of like a tug of war, right? You're just like pushing forwards, as you advance with the cart.
Yeah, because you know that new game mode, the one like
Flashpoint?
Yep. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Yep.
How much.
Yep.
Me out.
Which is intentional.
I really do. I love things like this where like the tank's in front of me. I just sit. I sit back, do my poke damage. Like.
You should consider, if you like this, you should also consider playing Baptiste, by the way, who is really good at this playstyle and is never expected to like go elsewhere. Because Baptiste is like sits right here behind a tank, preferably a brawl or poke tank, right? Attack, heal, attack, heal, attack, heal, and he's unbelievably tanky. Baptiste has like literally like 500 health if he has both of his abilities. And like because your aim is good and you're already good at weaving and you don't want to jump in, you could consider Baptiste. It's gonna be obviously like it's gonna derank you a bit if you're like getting used to him, but. Yeah. You could consider him as another hero because you're not making the most of Kiriko's kit right now because you're not being mobile enough. Yeah. So your Zen takes a lot of damage. You actually see it right now. You saw it out of the corner of your screen. I saw it right now. The flash. So you're gonna see the Zen. You see the attack right there, and then you're gonna see at a second. You're gonna turn slightly, and you're gonna see him on the left side of your screen take a lot of damage. So you see his health up here. Obviously, you didn't see this in the game, but I would be nervous because I'd be like, somebody's getting shot at. Now you see he's critical. I would have turned immediately and Suzu'd him because he's critical right now. And I see the Genji's right here, so I would expect a dash. If you Suzu him right now, this Genji dies because he dashes in but doesn't get a kill, so he doesn't have a dash here, and he has no reset. So he has no deflect, and he doesn't get dash reset. He's dead. Like this is an instant pick. You both save one and kill the Genji right now. All right, so kind of jump forward here, just chilling. Yeah, reset. Right, yeah, kunais, it's fine. Attack. Right, gotta get the heals in. Are you reloading? That's fine. Yep, nobody's in danger, so you're good. Your echo trades for one, which is good. Trades here are good, right? Because you have short spawn. Oh, Moira just gets wrecked here. Yeah, nothing you can do about that. That's a one tap. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, you gotta see the soldier here. Oh man, that's rough. Like you got to see this happening right now. You should have Suzu'd there as well.
Yeah, I missed. Was that a miss?
It was late. He was dead already by the time you Suzu. Wait, you just get killed two kills here? What happens here? Oh, they try to push you? Yeah. Yep, Genji low. You swift step out. Yep, Genji dies. Your Ramatra beats their Ramatra. Excellent. We're pushing up. by the way, you want to get an angle to be also attacking. Like, you want to apply as much damage pressure as you can here in order to try to get picks and prevent them from stepping forwards. So I want to be running alongside the cart, like not behind, alongside the cart to constantly, like, see this Ana? Ana's such an easy target here when she's scoped for you to be hitting her with headshots. Again, it's not about the kills. I mean, get the kills if you can. It's mostly about making the Ana or like whoever it is low in health so they can't contest the fight. This is a Suzu, right? Everyone's stuck here with the in dragon, Suzu them. Yeah, you shouldn't have let the soldier die there. So Echo was copied here. I don't think I would do anything here. I think the Echo's, I think this is just a mistake. There's no way this is gonna do anything. Yeah. Ramatra pops ulti, that's fine. I have Kitsune. I think we've already lost this fight. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've already lost the fight. We already used waste copy. I don't really want to pop anything here. But weaving here would have been huge, right? That's only a heal. That's only a heal, right? Now you're attacking. You see, you get hit shot right away and he dies. You could have killed him like almost instantly here if you were just attacking instead of just constantly trying to LOS it. Do you know how much damage Ramatra Annihilation does, by the way?
I do not.
If you had to guess, how much damage per second do you think it does? Oh, let me phrase it this way. Do you think it does a high amount of damage, a medium amount of damage, or a low amount of damage?
I would say medium.
Medium? Okay, so what's a medium amount of damage to you? What feels like a medium threat?
Like medium threat, as in like if I was like right next to him, he would punch me in like 2 to 3 punches.
How many punches does it take for Matcha to kill you without Annihilation?
Without what?
Without Annihilation.
Oh. Is it like 6?
It's not 6 punches. As a tank man, I'm very glad it's not 6 punches. So he does 85. He does 85 damage. It's 85 or 80. I think it's 80. I think it's 2. Sorry, if it's 8. I think it's 80. Yeah, I think it's 80. So it's gonna be two punches plus 40 damage. And since the melee is not gonna kill, you need 3 punches in the melee, or somebody needs to do like 10 damage. So the punches are gonna do 80. Right, his staff, by the way, does 100 damage per second, and he does 1 punch per second, so it's 80 damage a second. But that's still kind of besides the point. How much damage does Annihilation do? Just take a guess.
Me after saying 6 punches. Is it like?
Well, let's think about it. If it's 100 damage a second, you die in 2 seconds from Annihilation alone, no punches, right? If it's 50 damage a second, you die in 4 seconds. If it's 25 damage a second, you die in 8 seconds.
Wait.
Okay, it's fine.
Repeat those numbers one more time. Repeat those numbers one more time.
If it's 100 damage a second, you die in 2 seconds. Like 2 seconds of being in the field, not being punched. If it's 50 damage a second, you die in 4 seconds of standing in the field. If it's 25 damage a second, you die in 8 seconds. So which of those numbers feels like the closest to how much damage you take from Annihilation?
Is it 50?
It's actually 30 damage a second, which might be very surprising to you.
Yeah, it's very surprising to me.
So look when you're in the field about how much damage it's doing to you. So now you're being drained, right? Does it seem like you were taking a lot of damage there?
No.
So this is a very common mistake for lower ranked players, is they see Annihilation, they're like, oh god, we have to run. It takes 7 seconds to kill you with Annihilation. So for perspective, you heal 2.5 times as much health as Annihilation deals. Now, I'm not saying you don't need to run away if he's punching you. That's obviously a problem. But the field alone is almost irrelevant. Like, if you're standing there for 7 seconds, like, something else has gone terribly wrong, you know?
Yeah.
So it's mostly about, like, okay, it's like a soft zoning tool, but if I see he's already at half health, yeah, I'll attack him. Right? Like, right now, I can just step forward and attack him. Like, if I walk in front of the mirror here and start attacking him, and then let the, like, Suzu myself when he starts punching me, and the Ramatra burns him from behind, he dies. He can't keep following me here. So, just a note here is don't get overly scared about Annihilation. The best supports are the ones where a tank goes after them and they don't run away and they just kill you, because they understand like exactly how much damage you do and that you cannot kill them. The worst feeling is me as Winston is when I die of a support and they don't leave because they realize that I've made a mistake and they can actually duel me through whatever's going on. It's very common against like Baptiste, for example. Baptiste, like, fine, dive me. That's okay. I'll kill you because I have like 500 health and do a ton of damage. And you're like, wait, why does the support do over twice as much damage as I do? All right, skipping through. Alright, so now let's do a quick player count check, alright? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would be thinking about Kitsune right now for sure. In fact, knowing that one person just died, I might even think about an early Kitsune, but the problem is the barrier is going to block it. So I would be thinking about Kitsune very, very soon. So right now, I would probably Kitsune. Because we're in good position, they're stuck in the open, I want us to just run over the opposing team and kill them before the soldier can get in position to start poking us down. And that's exactly what you do. Yeah, this is good. Alright. Alright, visor gets popped. Right, yeah, pocket soldier through this. Right, you see how much space this is taken, and visor will hopefully allow you to get more kills. I think the one thing is that we could have gotten a little closer to them before Kitsune, but like sometimes you don't get like the perfect setup. But this is still fine, right? You see how they all got so low and they're all forced back by the Kitsune, and now soldier visor, which comes in late, which is fine. Now they all have to deal with the soldier ulti as well. So because they weren't stacked on top of each other, but he couldn't have gotten a kill anyway because of their position. But waiting out Ramatra shield was really good here. I think don't ever shoot Ramatra shield. Ramatra shield has 1,000 health and it only lasts 4 seconds. So it's almost never the right idea to shoot the Ramatra shield, especially when you do very, very little damage. Like literally, the shield will. I out of 100 shields, like as somebody who played a ton of Ramatra, out of 100 shields, I don't even think one would break. Like it's literally that rare that shields will break. The only time it breaks if there's like a whole hog or bastion is the only times that Ramatra shield's gonna break. So a good example where like you're gonna hit the head shot here, keep attacking, right? Like there's no need to back up here. Keep attacking and don't jump. Jumping prevents you. If you jump to the left, like then you're like, oh wait, I want to follow up and get the Ramatra kill, and now you have to land and then come back. But if you're just strafing, you can easily be like, oh, hit that shot, keep aggressing, follow the angle, and then kill him off. It's more important to make sure that the team fight is won than it is to move the card. But at least now the fight's clearly won. Just stay on the card.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is an easy roll. But again, note that these games are easier because it's like very north-south, right? Very linear games. You keep the fight in front of you. Kitsune's easy here to use here. Very straightforward. Soldier barely took any damage, but that's fine. Get the heals in. You should have weaved, right? You do attack, they drop here, just get the heal in. Like your Ramatra's missing 100 health right now, which is like significant in this situation. Like I don't think he's gonna die. I just want to get the heal in so I can then focus on attacking to finish the kill. Oh, okay. So I would be a little worried right now. I know that your like Moira, Echo are like in a little danger, but the Echo's coming back. Your Moira's here. Like the Moira should be saving the Echo in this situation, not you. And like yes, your Moira might miss it, but like there's only like when you do other people's jobs, like that's when things kind of go haywire, you know? Like I would just stay here on the Ramatra. So Ramatra's forced to come out here. Yeah. See, he gets very close to dying here. As a result, I think you should just stay on low ground with your Ramatra. So what is happening here? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I want to rewind to understand where's your tank.
Oh.
All right, tank's on card. Yeah, your tank is making a mistake. Your tank needs to clear high ground right now. But looking at this, I don't need to worry about the tank at all because the tank is not going to give me any value. Like pocketing a tank is not going to help me. I pocket the soldier right now because the soldier is the only one who's trying to clear high ground. So I want to go up here with the soldier and healing and helping him take the high ground right now. Or looking at the fact that the Echo needs my help desperately. Nobody's paying attention to the DPS. The tank is moving the cart. Your Moira is going like to flank them using the stair, and you aren't looking at either one of the DPS at this moment in time. Like you give that heal, but you see them all shooting at the left. Yeah. Late. So unlikely you win this fight. I definitely don't go this way. This soldier whiffs you so bad, and then the soldier gets killed. Now this is a reset. I think this could have gone a lot better if you're just paying attention to DPS because your tank was like in a trash position. It's not your fault. This I blame you less for. The Moira was just healing. She's in like a reasonably good position. I do see the Reaper here, but like I don't want to teleport here and get stuck here at point blank with the Reaper anyway. So I think this is the right call to just let her be. Like you could have thrown Suzu maybe, but I don't think that doing it like teleporting would have been a good idea. All right, Visor gets popped. What's the decision making against Visor?
Getting out of line of sight for me.
So, yeah, fun story. So at lower ranks, people. Well, I would say at the lowest ranks, lowest metal, like bronze through gold, people are like, Visor? What's that? And they just died of Visor. At platinum through like diamond / low masters, people think, oh, Visor, I need to hide, and they don't die to Visor. At high masters to GM, they're like, oh, Visor, I'm gonna kill him. Because like it's really funny, like if you watch like GM game, like they will just, everyone's like Visor, everyone starts targeting him right away because Visor doesn't make him any more durable, so he can die really easily. And as a note, Visor doesn't even increase his damage output. So he does, like, obviously he's not going to miss any shots, but Soldier does like 170-ish damage a second, but he has damage fall off. So even at this distance, he's not doing like full damage to you. So he's probably doing like 150 still, right? He's going to kill you like basically about a second and a half. But the thing is, you have two supports here, Coalescence, and you have Suzu, and you have a bunch of targets in front of you. So I just kill him. Right now, like, I'm attacking him right now. And be like, okay, who's he focusing? He's attacking me. I Suzu, and I keep fighting him. I know it seems like ridiculous, but like, look how low the Soldier is already. Like, if you hit 2 body shots, he's like nearly dead. See? Like, he nearly dies here. Literally, if you hit 1 body shot here, he would be dead by now, and you would not be dead. Because he's also getting burned by Coalescence when he pops it as well. See? So Coalescence is doing like 50 damage a second to him, which is like not trivial. So, just something to note is, like, Visor is not as strong an ability as it might seem.
Yeah, I didn't know until recently that it doesn't increase his damage. It just seemed like he killed me so fast. Just
yeah, exactly. It's just the auto aim part. It does reload though, so if you see him fire his full ammo and he pops Visor, he's gonna have a new magazine right away. So, I remember this. This is really bad. So
yeah, because I dropped down into it.
Yeah. So you're pocketing the copy here. I mean, I think this is reasonable to drop because you're like, look, the copy's kind of going. I honestly think I would just follow the copy here because I know my Moira is on low ground anyway, and I don't think that one Orisa should be able to kill 3 people because I want to pocket this. Okay, pop quiz. Do you know what Echo Copy does as an ability? Like, obviously, Copy is an opposing hero, but do you know what else it gives them?
Oh no, I don't think so.
So Echo Copy gives whoever you copy, like your copied abilities, it gives you quadruple ult charge gain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to note how fast he can get ultimate here, right? He's already at 24, 26. His aim is not ideal, but right, burning because he's trying to get ulti right now, so he can pop Visor and wipe the opposing team. I can't believe you missed that helix. So you see how he's like super gung-ho right now? So if you came down with him, or even standing up here healing and Suzuing, he gets Visor right now and pops Visor. Does it make a difference? Probably not. It's still 4-1. But I would just note is that's kind of the general idea when your Echo pops copy. They want to be hard-pocketed through the copy so they can get their ultimate off. So that's something just always to think about when you're playing with Echo is pocket them through it. Ironically, the last Kiriko live coaching I did had this exact same scenario where I asked them, like, with Echo Copy, did you know that the ult charge goes like a lot faster? Because they got Ramatra ulti up to like the copy of Ramatra got up to like 97% and then died. So I was like, if you gave them any healing through that, they would have gotten ulti, and then they could have popped it, gotten the bonus, armor, and then like held block, and then they would have killed the whole team. Anyway, so you're gonna drop here. So obviously, the Orisa's popping. You should know that when Orisa spins forwards like that, it's almost always going to be Terra Surge. But that's okay, because like we're still actually in good position. You don't have Suzu right now, so just try to heal people. Terra Surge is popped. What do you do right now?
If I don't have Suzu, I'm just trying to turn around and walk out.
The problem is, like, you can tell that you're clearly not going to get to the edge, right? You're like way too slow. So what's your next option?
Climbing the wall.
Climbing the wall. Yeah, climbing the wall is a reasonable option here. I think you very well could have died here anyway, but I think that is a reasonable. It's probably the lowest on the list of options, but an option. So what are the other options? You have 2 other options.
Well, no, if the Echo's still alive, I still step out to her.
Correct. So, and you saw where the Echo was, right? Because you were up here pocketing the Echo. So you see the Echo is going to go over the edge, or actually, well, still up here, right? So yeah, you're still here. And then you turn. So you know the Echo is somewhere to the left. So all you got to do is find the Echo right now. And you can see her right now. So you could have swift stepped here. I think you still would have been in a bad position, but I'm just noting you could have used that. Like, carriers are
Yeah.
just definitely going to kill you. So, weirdly enough, that's actually only the second best option. Do you know what the best option is here? It involves Swift Step. I'll give you a hint.
It involves Swift Step?
Yeah.
Oh, to Swift Step right when she's about to...
Exactly. Now, this is a super hard play to do, but I would just note that because you have Suzu coming up, you could have waited the max amount of time, right? Right 2, and then right around 5, 4, 3, and now I would Swift Step like in the next second, because it's gonna take you a little bit to actually pull it off, because there's like a cast time, and then after you Swift Step, if she still hasn't popped it, then you Suzu and then walk out. I'm not saying this is a guaranteed technique to work at all, but I'm saying is like one of the important things is like sometimes you're gonna be put in bad positions. Make the highest percentage play that you can, and the highest percentage play here is actually to use Swift Step because your echo is like crazy far forwards. The highest percentage play here is actually to Swift Step to a teammate and to try to stay alive, using the invulnerability frames from that.
Okay.
I would say there's another option, which is to Kitsune your way out of that, but I do not recommend that. You could, it probably actually would have saved people, but also a note here, if you're not familiar, Terror Surge charges super slowly.
Okay.
Watch. So this percentage is going to be exactly how much damage it does. So there's 47 damage right now if she slams.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Right? So until it hits like about like 175-ish, it charges really, really, really slowly. Like look at it live. You see? Like this is an eternity in Overwatch. Oh, wow. Yeah, good kill. So, yep. Get those attacks in. No, get the attacks in. Prioritize the attacks. Like, your aim is so good that you should be trying to get attacks whenever you can. Okay. So, 2 things are going to go wrong here. Number 1 is you have to be careful Kitsuneing around the cart because it can block it. So, you see how it doesn't go forwards? Your Kitsune is literally just like these 2 steps right here. So if you are going to do something like that, you want to step to the side and make sure that it's going to clearly go through. I'm not even 100% sure it's going to go through, but that's something to note, 1. 2 is this is not a good time to pop Kitsune, right? Why don't you want to pop Kitsune? Thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yep. Just want to make sure. I didn't lose you. Let's imagine the cart's not here, okay? Kitsune runs all the way to the wall.
Is it because like our team is a little too far back right now to get value, and the team can just go around the corner and like hide from the Kitsune?
Definitely that's a factor. That I wouldn't say that's the largest factor.
Okay. Does it have to do with the Orisa?
It does have to do with the Orisa. So why is the Orisa someone that would discourage you from using Kitsune right now?
Her spear?
Her spear, her javelin, her fortify, her hitbox, the fact that she's nanoed. These are all reasons why Kitsune right now is not a good idea. Because your whole team's going to pop Kitsune. Who are they going to shoot? The Orisa, which is great. That's exactly what she wants. Orisa has a ton of tools to block damage. What's even worse is she's nanoed right now, so she's going to take half damage. Right? And after the nano ends, she pops Fortify and still takes half damage. There's no way this Kitsune is going to kill anyone right now. Well, except for the Reaper, apparently, who's behind you. So this is not a good moment. I want to wait out this nano. Right? And in particular, I want a situation where the Orisa will be vulnerable. Like if I see Fortify and or Spin used, then I want Kitsune to run over the opposing team. But right now, Orisa's too good at clogging up the front. Like that's her role as a tank is like blocking the front line. So I want to wait until like she's not going to be able to block us. So for example, if we can turn the corner here and the Orisa wants to walk and try to push my team, but my Ramasha pops ultimate, then I Kitsune. And then my Ramasha runs forward, kills everybody by running in the back line. I just save my back line, we're good. But this is not a good time for Kitsune. Alright, you hear the drop right away, which is great. Well, maybe not right away, but you hear it right there. You hear him get low at least. So you turn. Unfortunately, you take too much damage here. You should stop jumping. Right? You see that jump right there? You take extra damage because of the jump because you're not covered. You got all the way to 1 and then die. You really need to stop jumping.
Yeah.
You should basically never jump. As a small hero. Tanks actually can be somewhat helpful to jump because they're going to get hit no matter what. Alright, so you keep the Ramasha alive through this. This is a good example of when like Kitsune would be helpful. Like once he's like not going to die, like right now he's definitely not going to die. He's being double pocketed. Popping Kitsune right now so he can just run by the Orisa can be super, super helpful because then no one can evade him. But Purple goes off. Macho does a good job staying alive. Yep, stay alive. Walk forwards. This is a moment in time where I walk forwards. Visor or not, I literally don't care about Visor. Like, there's 4 heroes here. It does not matter. I walk forwards. I want to kill this Reaper right here. Because you just saw the Reaper go into the corner. Right now, I want to help kill the Reaper. So I'm walking forwards, heal, like, attack, right, or attack the Ana? Oh, man. Attack the Ana. What the heck is she doing? This Ana should be dead, right? This is, like, insane that she's just sitting up here. But going forwards, right? But, again, no... Visor not that dangerous.
I'm gonna have to unlearn that.
Yeah, see, like it's really not that dangerous. It literally does nothing against tanks because like soldiers once you hit diamond like will never miss a tank, like 100% accuracy anyway. So it's not gonna help at all. Right? See, like it really doesn't do that much damage. Are you guys gonna win this fight anyway? You're not. All right, reset. Oh no, that's it. That's all. Their whole push. You don't. That's okay. You're gonna like full hold them on first point, something like that. I think first point. Oh yeah. So let's back up here. Some stuff that's going on here. I wouldn't start low ground, right? I would start probably up here and be ready to see what they're going to do. Because at the beginning of the game, you don't know what the lineup is, so I want to be ready to help. So for example, if they're like a Doom or Ball that suddenly engages with like Echo Farah coming over the top, I need to already be here to save my Ana. And I know it's crazy to like imagine that level of synergy, but like as you go up in games, you don't want to lose a game because you're just standing in the wrong spot. Like it's the worst feeling when you're like, man, if I've been high ground, I was good. If you're high ground, you can drop low ground easily. If you're low ground, you can't necessarily get up to high ground easily. So I would start up top. See, like it's like hard for you to get the angle to heal here. I know you're trying to like pocket your Bastion, but like you can drop it to back of the Bastion if you need to. Okay, wall goes off. So I would swift step to the Ana so I can make sure to heal and Suzu my Bastion through there. This is not that. Yeah, like.
I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, you're just like,
I think I was thinking like, should I switch step to him? That's not a good idea. But
I think yeah.
It took way too long.
Yeah, swift stepping to the Bastion, not such a great idea because he's stuck down here and you take a ton of damage. But swift stepping to high ground would have been great. As a note, if you've been high ground the whole time, you're never. This is never a problem, right? Because you just heal him, right? You're like, okay, cool, like whatever, I'll heal, it's fine. Okay, getting low, I Suzu him.
Staring at him die behind the wall.
By the way, wall lasts, I think, like 10 seconds. Like, don't wait out walls. Each segment, I think, also has like 250 health, so it takes you forever to kill it. Alright, so step up here, you're trying to kind of help your team out. So, like, maybe you can stall it a little longer. Alright, Reaper here, great headshot, right? Again, really good kunai aim there, under pressure. You're good, reloading, you see the Mei, yep, good. I would prioritize saving the Ana here. Right? Mei doesn't really do a lot of damage as long as she's not headshotting, so like you really need to get the heals in and you definitely need to get the Suzu in. Like you just kind of abandon your Ana here, despite the fact that you see that she's under pressure. Like this is not a quick death. There's a lot of time you have to like react here and save the Ana, and you're like tunnel visioning trying to kill the Mei. So I think that's pretty rough. But your team does win anyway. Won't always happen that way, but got lucky. Alright, you get low. I think reasonable Suzu right now. Right click could have killed you. Alright, you drop back down. So I think the primary issue here is you need to be backing out. I don't back out this way, I back out to the edge, because I'm pretty sure he's going to drop here, just knowing, like, he doesn't want to be dealing with the Reaper and the Mei freezing him, so I'm already dropping right now. Like, I go out as we're fighting, we, like, do a fighting retreat, like, over here, and then down, and I'm looking up and healing him as I go down. And because you kind of back up into the sign, you get slow, you could have died right there, and now you're low right now. And now you're too close to the front. Because if you did what I did, you would have been, like, even not here, but, like, here. And this, at this distance, the Reaper does almost no damage to you. But now you're close enough that you're in some danger. So, we're definitely in danger right now. I think I'm probably thinking to swift step to the Echo and then pop Kitsune this way. So I think this is a good Kitsune opportunity. Because I do not want to lose this fight, and I know the Echo is fighting a one-on-one. Like, this is another good example of, like, look, there's a one-on-one going on right now. If you go here, there's no way your Echo can lose this. Right? If you're right here, between healing and Suzu, she cannot lose. And you pop Kitsune as soon as she's safe, right? Everybody here benefits from it, and then you just roll over the enemy team. So, I think you need Suzu right now. I would also consider Kitsuneing here. Oh my god, did you kill her? Oh no, Blizzard did go off. Alright, so you go off over here. I don't know that you actually needed the swift step here. I think It's okay. I think it's a good call because she could right click the wall behind you. I don't know what this nano is. Yep, that's fine. Yep, now work the Zarya down. Funny story. This was also another potential Kitsune opportunity. This is a big risk. The reason why I consider Kitsune here is, number one, your Ramacha's nanoed. Number two, the Zarya's high energy. So I don't want her to get away with that energy. I would trade Kitsune for an energy reset to force the Zarya to not be able to do anything in the next fight. Because she has to like use 2 bubbles, get energy, and then go again. But if you pop Kitsune, she never is able to get out. Yeah, and then now Death Blossom's going to get popped. Right, because everyone gets grabbed into this. Yusuzu, he dies right away. Another good example, like Reaper Death Blossom, super bad at higher ranks because everyone just focuses the Reaper and kills him. It does like 150 damage a second, which is really not that much. Like against people who can like turn quickly and like headshot you, you die like almost instantly.
Just a quick question.
Yep.
Suzuing during Zarya grab, is that even worth it, or like?
Oh yeah, it's totally worth it. But the problem is the timing is really hard to understand. When do you want to Suzu? So I will give you the easy version, and I will give you the hard version. The easy version is wait until you start taking some damage, then Suzu yourself. So don't Suzu at max health. Wait, like you're waiting right now, which is the correct call. Wait till you start taking them damage. Suzu, perfectly fine. I think this is good enough in 70% plus of the situations. The right call here, though, the best decision is actually looking and being like, what damage are we actually going to take? So for example, right now, the Reaper is not a threat. He's too far away to do any damage. So Reaper, 0 damage. Zarya, left click, high damage, but only for a single target. So if she's going to beam, for example, the soldier down, I can heal. If she's beaming the Ana, I can turn and heal the Ana. If he's beaming me, the Ana's going to have to heal me, and hopefully that happens. But I can save Suzu on myself or that target until they get super, super low. If she's right-clicking, I'm going to Suzu after the first right-click. Because I don't want to Suzu the first right click because it only does 45 to 90 damage depending on her energy. So she's at 100 energy. So this is going to do max 90 damage, right? Splashing and hitting everyone. So I want to eat the 90 damage because we're all full health right now. Use Suzu, which is going to restore half of that health and hopefully block. Actually, I want to wait until after the first shot. I want to wait for the second shot to be in the air. Then I Suzu, which heals 40 and then prevents 90. So it's 130 damage of value.
Okay.
So that's the hard call, which is like, are we actually gonna need this? Because sometimes Zaryas will make mistakes, especially in low diamond. They'll do bad grabs where they won't actually be able to get the kill. But here, when I see the Reaper coming up, I think, okay, Death Blossom is coming, so I'm gonna try to save, wait, now I Suzu, right? Which buys us the most amount of time to kill him. But yeah, you're in trouble here. Not a lot you can do at this point. Grab pulled you guys out of position. But your team managed to win anyway, because your team is a boss. Sometimes you get those. Right, Visor gets popped. I wouldn't pop Kitsune here, because I don't think... he's popping it way too far away from the corner. I think you knew it, too. I think you were like, this doesn't feel like a good ultimate, and you are correct. Right, he's just too far away to get any kills. So, one thing to think about, when you finish taking a fight here, reset back to your original positions. Because it was good at the start of the game, it's good later, too. And force them to have to beat you out of this first spot again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a really important thing about like playing tank too, is like, where do I hold? And then going up and, hit those headshots, yeah. Yeah, see, so this is a moment where she wants a pocket, because she's getting probably pretty close to Grav. She's at 68, right? She should be, yeah. I don't know what the heck she's doing. She should be right-clicking there, but that's fine. Again, don't set up on low ground, right? Set up on high ground. You see? Like, your team is instinctively setting up in the correct spot. You don't want to be down here. Your lesson from the Mei and the wall should have thought, like, oh, I want to be up here this time. Again, bridge here or top right platform are way better than where you are right now. See, you're honest low and you can't heal her. I don't know what the heck your heck is doing. Yeah, I mean... I definitely don't teleport to that, but the good news is you get on the right side of it, but the problem is now you're in big trouble down here. Yeah, Suzu yourself. I would probably switch up to the Ana right now, because a brief beam or right click kills you right now. Yeah, you have Swift Step available. Because you see she's reloading right now, so you have time to Swift Step. So you should not have died here.
When I was watching this, I was like, why did I TP to that go? I was panicking.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes your DPS are just too extended. There's nothing you can do. But you still managed to win this fight. Oh yeah, they don't even
Yeah.
touch. Great, easy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, when I was watching, I was like, oh, I was like, wow, that was a teleport, all right. Okay, but no, that helped a lot too, because I know like how good high ground is, but I think in some cases when I'm high ground and like I notice that like someone's low ground, it's hard for me to heal them. Like on like some parts of like the Numbani, like
Yep.
sometimes like when you're high and someone's like down, it's hard
Yep.
for me to heal them because I have to expose myself.
Yep.
So I think that like once I started noticing that, I started defaulting back to low ground. Like if there's like DPS on the ground, like
Yep.
but it's kind of hard for me to decide like, oh, like should I like go up there, because like I was like, oh, like the Ana has it probably, and then yeah.
So, but again, the thing I would note is you always have the ability to change spots when you go from high ground to low ground,
Yeah.
right? But the vice versa is not so easy to do. So
Okay.
I know what you mean, which is like, look, if I'm sitting here or I'm sitting here, I can't heal the Bastion. But that's okay. I can just drop down this way and heal the Bastion.
Okay.
Right? So like,
Yeah.
I don't think you necessarily need to be playing this platform if you're like Bastion's gonna be playing there. You could be playing over here, for example, and being like, hey, attack, and like, look, what's the situation of Bastion? Oh, can I safely drop this side? I can drop in front, heal him, and play with him as needed. Or if the front's not safe because they have like, Ash or whatever, I can drop backside, right? Play this corner and heal, potentially play this side and heal, and you got some options.
Okay.
It's not always the right choice, but it's almost always the right choice to
Okay.
start high ground and then drop low. Again, I think it's your DPS problem if they're playing here. Like, this is like the most annoying position for them to be playing in, like, and the DPS who don't understand like LOS of supports are not the ones who are going to climb because they're going to be in bad positions. So DPS in general like will get a feel for like, oh, what the heck is actually a good spot for me to be standing. But if you play with them in an unusual spot, it's going to encourage them to continue playing the bad position because your Bastion should not be here. Right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, the team is clearly running at him. He should be going backwards, but he doesn't because he's overly confident that you're going to keep him alive, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
So, so your Suzu was, like, clearly not going to work.
I was like, should I TP it? I was like, I don't think I want to. But I was like,
The Suzu does not go through walls.
I was like, maybe we won't be done by then. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yep. Cool. Other questions? Anything else I can help with?
No, I think I'm good. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No, happy to help. Okay. I'm going to stop the recording here.
Yes, and then I will